Welcome to Urban Economic Empowerment Show. It's Mo, Chris, and Brandon. We're gonna talk about, but Chris gonna talk about CPI. So y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe. Hope you guys learned something. Hey, shout out to Smash. He did a show on trash outs and things of that nature. And I knew a little something about it, but not enough. But yeah, he put us on. And I actually ran into a contractor who's doing some work for me that's doing trash outs. And he's making, well, he's subcontracting with somebody else. So thanks for that information. I'm definitely about to go on an asset manager hunt with the banks. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Smash. Okay, Chris, you can talk about CPI now.
Okay, so the CPI comes out tomorrow. Um, I'm not sure if we ever discuss what the CPI means and everything that it entails. First of all, the CPI is 100,050% cooked by the Bureau of Labor Statistics. So when they say that the CPI is 7.1%, in reality, it's double that. But they have to cook the numbers to keep the people in control because, if we're telling people that inflation is really 14%, you might see people jumping out of buildings and all kind of crazy stuff. We've seen this millions of times in the past. But the CPI is the Consumer Price Index. And basically what that entails is the amount of products or spending that the consumers do in this country. So you have food, you have energy, you have rent, you have appliances, so forth and so on, that they cover in this data. Um, Actually, Mo, if you could pull up the BLS.
Okay.
Well, first go to Investopedia and pull up CPI so we can read it verbatim for everyone that's new to this information. And, just show them how to research the stuff.
All right.
And the CPI come out tomorrow, but, we kind of already got some numbers. So inflation has been cooling the last few months, maybe like the last 6 months.
Gotcha. So it says Consumer Price Index. Explain what it is and how it's used.
Okay, can you read?
What is the Consumer Price Index? Consumer Price Index measures the monthly change in price paid by the U.S. consumers. The Bureau of Labor Statistics calculates the CPI as a weighted average of prices for a basket of goods and services representative of aggregated U.S. consumer spending. The CPI is one of the most popular measures of inflation and deflation. The CPI report uses a different survey methodology, price samples, and index weights than the producer price index, which measures changes in the prices received by the U.S. producers of goods and services. Takeaways. The Consumer Price Index measures the overall change in consumer price based on a representative basket of goods and services over time. The CPI is the most widely used measure of inflation, closely followed by policymakers, financial markets, businesses, and consumers. The widely quoted CPI is the base on an index covering 93% of U.S. population, while a related index covering wage earners and clerical workers is used for cost of living adjustments to federal benefits. The CPI is based on about 94,000 price quotes collected monthly from some 23,000 retail and service establishments, as well as 43,000 rental house units. Hold on one second, y'all. Hold on one second. Hey.
What's up?
Bo forgot she was on the phone. Yeah, so I'm already seeing that inflation is gonna come down. Some stuff is gonna stay up. But what's dangerous about this, I think from what I've been learning.
Okay, my bad.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
You want me to finish it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, sorry, y'all. Housing rents are used to estimate the change in shelter costs, including owner-occupied housing, that account for nearly a third of the CPI. Understanding the CPI, the Consumer Price Index, which is known as the CPI. The BLS collects about 94,000 prices monthly from some 23,000 retail and service establishments. Although the two CPI indexes calculated from the data between calculated from the data, both contain the word urban, the more broad-based and widely cited of the two covers 93% of the US population. Shelter category prices, accounting for nearly a third of the overall CPI, are based on a survey of rental prices of 43,000 housing units, which is then used to calculate the rise in rental prices as well as owner's equivalents. The owner's equivalent category models the rent equivalent for owner-occupied housing to properly reflect housing costs share of consumer spending. User fees and sales or excise tax are included, while income taxes and the prices of investments such as stocks, bonds, or life insurance policies are not part of the CPI. The calculation, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
The calculation of the CPI index from the data factors and substitution affects consumers' tendency to shift spending away from products and categories as grown relatively more expensive. It also adjusts price data for changes in product quality and features. The weighing of the products and service categories in the CPI index corresponds to recent consumer spending pattern derived from a separate survey. Types of CPIs. The BLS published two index each month. The Consumer Price Index for all urban consumers represents 93% of US population not living in remote rural areas. It doesn't cover spending by people living in farm households, institutions, or military bases. The CPI-U is the basis of the widely reported CPI numbers that matter to financial markets. The BLS also published the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers, CPI-W. The CPI-W covers 29% of the population living in households with income derived predominantly from clerical economic employment or jobs with an hourly wage. The CPI-W is used to adjust Social Security payments as well as other federal benefits and pensions for changes in the cost of living. It also shifts federal income tax brackets to ensure taxpayers aren't subject to a higher marginal rate as a result of inflation. CPI formulas. More common CPI CPI-U calculations entails two primary formulas. The first is used to determine the current cost of the weighted average baskets of products, while the second is used to analyze the year-over-year change. Annual CPI formula. To calculate the annual CPI, the BLS divides the value of a specific basket of goods today compared to 1 year ago. Annual CPI equals the value of basket in current over value of basket in prior year. As mentioned earlier, the basket of goods and services used in the CPI calculation is a composite of popular items commonly purchased by Americans. The weight of each component of the basket is in the proportions to how they are sold. The annual CPI is reported as a whole number, and the figure is often greater than 100, assuming current market prices are appreciating. Then the BLS uses the current year's CPI and the prior year's CPI to calculate the inflation rate. Inflation rate, new CPI minus prior CPI over prior CPI. The inflation rate can be calculated for a given month or annual period. In either case, the appropriate new and prior period must be selected. The inflation rate is reported as a percentage and is often positive, assuming current market prices are appreciating.
Okay.
The 8 major groups of the consumer price index. So you got housing, apparel, transportation, education and communication, other goods and services, recreation, medical care, food and beverages, and housing. Let me keep going.
I think that's good.
Okay.
She want to read all the way down.
It's about to go into categories. How is it used? Versus unemployment. We can.
You want to read it?
Yeah.
All right.
I need to learn this anyway because GSA used this against me in coming up with my prices, and they said I needed to calculate the labor, to use the Bureau of Labor Statistics and the CP Consumer Price Index to come up with my prices. That I was doing it wrong when coming up with my prices for my goods.
Yeah, I got you.
And I disagree because I'm like, well, we've been doing business for the last 15 years and we had no issues with our prices, but hey. But you know,
buddy.
Whatever. All right, let's do it like this. CPI categories. The monthly CPI release from the BLS leads with the change from the prior month for the overall CPI-U, as well as its key subcategories, along with the unadjusted change year over year. The BLS detailed tables show price changes for a variety of goods and services organized by 8 umbrella spending categories. Subcategories estimate price changes for everything from tomatoes and salad dressing to auto parts and sporting events tickets. Price change for each subcategory is provided with and without seasonal adjustment. In addition to the national CPI indexes, the BLS publishes CPI data for U.S. regions, subregions, and major metropolitan areas. The metro data is subject to wide fluctuations and is used mainly for identifying the price changes based on local conditions. The table below represents the CPI basket weighted distribution amongst the 8 major expense categories. Be mindful that some subcategories may be difficult to spot within the major categories. For example, automobiles are classified under commodities. So the CPI categories weighted September 2022. So housing was 37.7%, commodities 21%, food 13.7%, energy 8%, healthcare 6.8%, transportation 6%, education 5.3%, other expenses 6.5%, total expenses 100%. That's the Bureau of Labor Statistics. How is the CPI used? CPI is widely used by financial markets, participants to gauge inflation, and by the Federal Reserve to calibrate its monetary policy. Businesses and consumers also use the CPI to make informed economic decisions. Since CPI measures the change in consumer purchasing power, it's often a key factor in pay negotiations. Yes, see, I need to learn that because they got me in a bind right now. The Federal Reserve, the Feds use CPI data to determine economic policy with a target inflation rate of 2%. Yep, that's true. The Fed may interact monetary policy to stimulate the economy should market growth slow or enact contradictory monetary policy should the economy, in parentheses, and therefore prices become to grow too quickly. In response, the higher than desired inflation rates via the CPI, the Feds adjust the Fed funding rate. Ooh, they better not let me learn this. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. If I get the right calculation, it's on and popping. Other government agencies, the cost of living adjustments based on the CPI affect federal payments to the approximately 70 million Americans receiving Social Security and supplemental security income benefits. They also apply to federal pension plans, payments, school lunch subsidies, and income tax brackets. Housing, mortgage rates, and other forms of long-term debt are often impacted by rates set by government agencies. As the CPI increases and the government enacts policy changes to slow inflation, rates often increase. On the other hand, landlords may use CPI information to adequately assess what annual rent increases for renters should be. Financial markets. Financial market prices are driven by countless factors. One such factor is the CPI is reactionary Fed policies directly impact growth, economic growth, corporate profits, and consumer spending ability. A higher CPI often means that is less stringent government policy is generally in place. This means that debt is often easier to obtain for cheaper and that individuals have greater spending capacity. On the other hand, lower or decreasing CPI may indicate that the government may ease policy that helps boost the economy. Labor markets. The CPI and its components are also used as a deflector for other economic indicators, including retail sales and hourly, weekly earnings to separate fundamental change from the reflecting change in prices. Employees may turn to CPI reports when approaching their employers for a raise based on nationwide increases to labor rates as well as prices. Be mindful that the CPI is published using national data. Employees may be more suited to using local data to better understand their specific situation. In addition, some workers covered by collective bargaining agreements may have their wages tied to changes in CPI. Fast fact, the BLS report the CPI on a fixed monthly cadence. A schedule of prior and future releases can be found on the BLS website and the CPI is always released at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. CPI versus unemployment. In the broadest sense, the CPI and unemployment rates are often inversely related. This is not always the case in every economy, but the Federal Reserve often attempts to decrease one matrix while balancing the other. For example, in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, the Federal Reserve took unprecedented supervisory and regulatory actions to stimulate the economy. As a result, the labor market quickly strengthened and bottomed at 3.5% in July 2022. However, this stimulus has resulted in the highest CPI calculation in decades. As a result of higher than targeted CPI calculations, the Federal Reserve began raising interest rates and tapering certain assets purchases. On one hand, these measures aim to slow economic growth, make it more expensive for consumers to acquire debt, and stem monetary supply growth. On the other hand, these additional expenses may burden households and make companies less profitable. All else being equal, when the Federal Reserve attempts to lower the CPI, it runs the risk of unintentionally increasing unemployment rates. Critiques of CPI methodology. Because CPI index is so crucial to economic policy and making decisions, its methodology has long been controversial, drawing claims it either understates or overstates inflation. A panel of economists commissioned by Congress to study the issue in 1995 concluded the CPI overstates inflation and was followed by the calculation changes to better reflect substitution effects. More recently, critics have claimed the adjustment for changes in product quality and feature understatement the CPI. According to the BLS, the particularly controversy hindered adjustment, which use regression techniques to adjust prices for new features on a relatively small proportion of CPI items, have a net effect close to zero on the index. What?
Hold on, Mo. I gotta go back to this right here. A panel of economists commissioned by Congress to study the issue in 1995 concluded the CPI overstated inflation and was followed by calculation changes to better reflect substitution effects. That is major cap. It's actually understated because they never give us the real inflation rate. They give us the cooked number. Anyway, go ahead. That's why we call it the CP lie, not the CPI.
As the traditional CPI-U calculation only measures inflation for urban populations, it remains a less than reliable source of data for individuals living in rural areas. In addition, the CPI does not explicitly state how different demographics may be impacted by inflation. We tried to tell it to GSA. For example, soaring education costs may adversely impact younger individuals, while the impact of increasing elderly care costs is felt by a different group of individuals. This notion is also widely attributable to individuals with varying degrees of income. For example, low-income individuals who contribute more gross income towards necessities of shelter and food will screw differently than households with greater disposable income. For this reason, the CPI may not adequately reflect each individual's experience in regard to costs and changes over time. What is the current CPI? The annual change in the CPI was 7.1% for the 12-month period ending November 2022. And this was the smallest increase over a 12-month period since the same time frame ending December 2021. How is the CPI how is the consumer price index used? The consumer price index is an inflation indicator closely watched by the policymakers and financial markets. A related CPI measure is used to calculate cost of living adjustments for federal benefit payments. How is the CPI calculated? The Bureau of Labor Statistics samples 94,000 prices monthly to calculate the CPI when the index for each product or service in proportion to its shares of recent consumer spending to calculate the overall change in prices. The calculation also factors in the substitution effect as consumers shift spending away from the products rising in price on a relative basis. The CPI also adjusts for changes in product quality and features. The numbers are provided with and without seasonal adjustments. What are some criticism of the CPI? Over the years, the CPI has frequently drawn criticism that it has either understated or overstated inflation. Because the CPI is based on consumer spending, it doesn't track third-party reimbursement for healthcare and significantly underweighs healthcare relative to its proportion in the GDP as a result. On the other hand, criticism concerning the quality adjustment used in the CPI has been widely discounted by economists. The bottom line, the consumer price index is an important economic metric. It measures the average change in prices paid by consumers over a period of time for a basket of goods and services. The index is calculated and published monthly by the Bureau of Labor Statistics. It is amongst the most common measures of inflation indicating the health and direction of the economy. It also serves in other capacities, notably to help make adjustments to certain income payments, such as Social Security and pensions for federal civil service retirees. Thank y'all very much. I took my raise. Expand your trading opportunities. Build a portfolio you want starts with having a range of trading choices. TradeStation's award-winning trading platforms lets you access commission-free stocks and ETFs, as well as options and futures with competitive prices. You'll always be able to build a solid trade plan with TradeStation and analytics. Learn more about trading with TradeStation and open accounts. All right, take it away, Chris.
Hey, right quick. Mo, click on that range of trade choices for me.
Okay.
I just want to see what they have, or if they're offering like an ad or something. Yeah, never mind. TradeStation.
Ooh, there it
Oh, denied.
is. Chris?
Okay, so I hope we got a good culmination of information from that. How the CPI is measured, and all of those intangibles. So now, for a actual description of the things that Mo just read, discussing the different categories of the CPI, housing, food, and apparel, and all the other stuff. There is a link. There's a link that I shared in the chat. Mo, I'm not sure if you can pull it up. It's from my Facebook page, but if you can't,
Yours or mine? I mean, this one right here?
go to my Logic page.
Oh, what, YouTube?
No, on Facebook.
Oh, the page,
Yeah.
Chris Logic.
No, just type in LOGYC. Let's see if it pulls up. That one right there. There we go. It should be a pinned post.
Are you sick or something?
Yeah, I am. Right there. Okay. If you can, read that for us.
In his latest column, Rick Newman writes the consumers ought to get some revenge on inflation in this new year. Quote, overall inflation has been slowly from a peak of 9% to June to 7.1% in November. In coming months, there should be disinflation or a declining rate of inflation in many categories of goods and services. In some categories, there will be deflation or an outright drop in price levels. In the charts above, these trends show up as a declining rate of year-over-year inflation towards the end of 2022. By the end of 2023, many and perhaps all of these charts will show negative year-over-year inflation or deflation. Check out the link in the bio for the 6 things he says will be cheaper in 2023.
Okay, so just scroll down and you see the different categories that we just discussed when concerning the CPI.
Home, rent, IT, hardware services, appliances. Oh, you got some more.
Yeah.
Oh, so you got that one. You got food at home, used vehicles, new vehicles, household energy, hotel rooms, home prices. Oh, that was all of it. Rent, IT, and hardware services, appliances. Okay, yep.
So you can see there by the charts the measure of inflation year over year for each category. Everything that Mo read about the CPI is being, charted here to kind of show you the drop or the increase of these prices that us, the consumers, we have to pay. Now, how we get this information, of course, you got to do the formula. You got to go look here. You got to add this up. You got to do that, which the BLS already does. So let's go to the BLS and look at this for ourselves. Mo, can you go to the Bureau of Labor Statistics? Because that's where you find out everything you need to know about the economy, from labor, to unemployment, to housing, to energy, gas, lights, food, shelter, all of that is found on the Bureau of Labor Statistics website.
Oh yeah, you about to teach me something. I'm about to get GSA. They want us to change our prices, so I have to learn this stuff.
I'm charging $500. You know that.
No, I ain't got it.
You hear that, Brandon? You hear this blasphemy?
I ain't got it.
She lying, boss.
You lying, boss.
What's up, Price? You look just like your avatar. What's up, Sonny?
Go to the website, bro.
Oh, you want to go to the actual website? Okay.
Unless you want to read that, I don't know if you want to keep reading.
No, let me go to it.
Hey, peace to everybody. Peace.
What's up? Let's see. Let's copy it.
I'm over here multitasking. 'Cause,
It's all right.
yeah.
I'm gonna start charging y'all since I have to share my screen all the time and find stuff, look stuff up.
Yeah, because it's
Charge,
better on a computer than it is on the phone. You see what I'm
start
saying?
charging y'all suckers. Send y'all some
Hey, peace to the chat this evening.
What's
Peace.
going on? What's going on, gray beard man? Price,
Yeah.
Price look like his picture. He look like his avatar. It's
So you
all-
also can find.
Attention.
Oh, my bad. So you can also find the job numbers too. When unemployed.
it's right
Damn
here.
it. Yeah. So when you get the initial jobless claims and continuing claims, all of that stuff is on here as well. And basically, all of that is unemployment, people who are still working, people who left work, people who filing unemployment. All of that stuff is on the Bureau of Labor Statistics. This is stuff that happens every week. All of this stuff is recorded. Now, the accuracy, I can't tell you that the accuracy is true, but they at least got the numbers on here for everybody to look at. You know what I'm saying? If you want to track the economy and actually know what's happening, despite what they say on television, because they do lie, and you just have to read the tea leaves, right, as over African Emporium was saying, and follow the money, because this stuff is here, but nobody, really pays attention because I guess it don't affect them like that, or they believe that. But you should know, your surroundings and your personal economy. That's what's going on. So, okay, so payroll unemployment increases by 223,000 in December. This is another, more jobs crap, that they keep spewing out, and that the economy is doing super good and super strong, and this and that. All of this is fugazi. If you go back and do the research from the time the pandemic happened and the jobs that were lost then till now, all you should come up with that these are the same jobs. These are not so-called new jobs. These are the same jobs that were just lost during the pandemic. So that's the fugazi you got to watch out. That's the pump fake. All right, so now let's go to click the data tools bar. There should be something up here you can search, but click that real quick. Click that down arrow. Let me see what pulls up. Okay, okay, we got the CPI inflation calculator. Check charts. Go to charts for economic news releases. Man, we would literally be on this all night looking up everything. Go to scroll down. Yeah, you can click on consumer price index, but I want to scroll down a little bit. Let me see. Okay, productivity and cost. So that would be under like the PPI and all that. Yeah. They even got statistics on spending and time use. They have everything on here. If you really want to know something about the typical American, you can find it on here. You don't have to, question anything. You can just go to the BLS and find everything that you need. Okay, so you can go back up. Look, workplace injuries. Go to consumer price index. Well, you might have to be my mouthpiece because my nose is a little stuffy. Okay, so here we have the 12-month or the year-over-year prospectus of the CPI. And then you have the different categories. So you have food, energy, and all items less food and energy. And then you have all items. And I believe you can click, I think you can click on all items, but this is just a bar chart. And it's basically tell you where the CPI was the last time we got the numbers, and it was 7.1%. And then it individually does these different categories. So energy is up crazy, food is up crazy. And click on that. Click on it real quick. Okay, so now you can break it. It breaks down into, it gets more specific, basically. And this is dealing with commodities and services. And let's see. Click on it again. All right, so we have more details. So this is a chart year over year of the apparel, the different categories that we talked about earlier that makes up the CPI. So you have apparel, you have new vehicles, you have used cars and trucks, medical care, commodities, alcoholic beverages, and you have tobacco and smoking products. Click on it again. Let's see. Just click on one of them. All right, so to take you back. So when you go to the BLS site, if you're looking for the consumer price index and you want to know the numbers, you would click on each one of these to find out specifically what in that food category or energy category to see what it's describing that's went up year over year or month over month. You can find this information here. So if you click on food, you can click on food at home. Basically, that's groceries. And then food away from home, that's you out to eat, I believe. I believe that's restaurants and stuff like that. Yeah, so you got cereals, bakery products, meats, poultry, fish and eggs, dairy, fruits and vegetables, all of that stuff. It breaks it down. It already does the chart for you through a bar chart, and it just shows you the numbers year over year. And I believe you can look at this month over month as well. Click show table, Mo, real quick. Let's see. Let me see something real quick. Okay. Okay, so this is another way to look at it too. So all items 7.1% from November 21 to November 2022. Food at home is up 12%. All food is up 10.6%. This is where you get the numbers of each category, subcategory, and you can tell what went up or what went down for the year dealing with each category. And this is how you research the CPI. You also do your own personal research by going to the grocery store, by going to the gas station, by going to to the mall and whatever other stores you shop at, and get your own eyewitness. And then you come back here and you cross-reference with what the BLS has. And then you listen to these people on TV, CNBC, whatever. And this is how you can measure the real between the fake. So this is how you find the data of the CPI. You go to the BLS, you click data tools, and you go to consumer price index. And then you click on each category to find out the numbers and how far these numbers went up in a year over year time frame or month over month. And you can determine, if inflation has risen or is decreasing. then you got to find out, well, what is decreasing? Because just because, huh?
No, go ahead. You're on the road, but I have some questions.
Okay, so just because gas went down doesn't mean food went down as well. That's not how this works. So what Mo read earlier from a post on my page, you have inflation, disinflation, and deflation. Those all can take part at the same time. You know, prices increase on food, but decrease on energy or gas. And it could decrease just in price, not in a year-over-year outlook. But go ahead, Mo.
Can you show me? I'll let you go, Price. But can you show me? So how do I go back and get it before COVID, like 2019 chart, and compare that to this one?
Click out of that.
Oh, sorry.
Keep going to that. Go to
Right here. No.
Go to man, I figured this out a long time ago. Okay, go to all right, go back to the home page.
Wait, did you want to ask some? Where'd he go? Oh, go ahead, Price, because I'll do it after we're doing this, because now I know what she was trying to make me do. I'm gonna get her. Yeah, go ahead. You about to teach me something, make me dangerous. I might have to pay you for real on this one.
Hey, bro, Chris, I just wanted to ask a question about you said inflation, disinflation, and what was those three terms again?
Yeah, inflation, disinflation, and deflation.
Okay, now what is disinflation and what is deflation?
Good question. So we just go ahead.
I'm just saying, because I got a term to mind and I'm thinking stagflation, and I'm just wondering if we thinking the same thing.
Oh yeah. I got you. So stagflation is, it's economic as far as job losses and, prices going up. So disinflation is a declining rate of inflation in many categories of goods and services. Deflation is an outright price drop. So when you have deflation, the prices drop on everything. But disinflation, you can go negative. You can go negative into disinflation, it means inflation is decreasing, and it decreased so much that it can go negative. Deflation is price drops of consumer goods and services.
So now what does the GDP look like in that? I mean, is that like a expanding GDP or contracting GDP?
That's a contracting GDP.
So both of those are contracting GDP. Okay.
Yeah, because with deflation, your prices are dropping, and that could be good for the consumer, but that could be bad as far as producing goods and services.
Got you. Okay, makes sense. Got you.
All right. Is everybody good?
So is the disinflation is basically a mixture?
Yeah, it's a mixture. It's just that inflation could fall, but it could fall so much that it goes negative. Now that necessarily don't mean good, because everybody knows the Fed's ideal inflation rate is 2%. But if it falls lower than 2%, what does that say? That's a problem. That's an issue. That could
we kind of
go ahead.
We kind of had No, I'm just saying we kind of had some periods like it was like a 1.9 or a 2 or
Yeah.
1.8 back, you
Uh-huh.
know.
But the economy we're in now, the reason why this is so complicated and weird is that yes, inflation is dropping, but when you have disinflation to where it can go negative, that will make commodity prices go higher. That means your energy, your gas, oil itself is going to be at some crazy, crazy price. So, yes, inflation is dropping, but you're spending more on these items, which is energy. If we don't have energy in this society, if we can't afford energy as a consumer, you can't live. You can't live. There's no way, because you won't have diesel trucks bringing in food or products, goods and services, because it'll be too expensive. And when stuff is too expensive, what happens? Chaos. That means food prices gonna be crazy. Your commodity prices are already gonna be crazy. So, and then we're in a period where companies are laying people off. Like, if I'm somebody right now and I'm working a job, it would probably be better for you to work for a private company instead of a public company because of the layoffs. So you got layoffs, then you got, unemployment rate, it just keep jumping up and down. It's really not moving in one direction. Then you got inflation falling the way it's falling, looking like it could be disinflation. So this economy is very weird. This recessionary, stagflationary type of economy is very weird. So you do have stagflation, like Price said, because you got layoffs, which makes me question what the hell is up with the unemployment number. It was at 3.7%. It was trending up, but now it went down to 3.5%. Like, what's really going on with these numbers? This is why you can't trust, the BLS, because
Well,
if the Fed is raising interest rates and he wants to see more unemployment in the economy, we should be at 4.5%. We should be at least at 4% unemployment rate,
well,
which layoffs are coming. The layoffs are coming because you got public companies, you got crypto companies laying people off back, left and right. So you have that. Then why does the unemployment rate go down from 3.7 to 3.5?
well, I would say this, good brother. I think those numbers are skewed for several
Of course.
reasons. Number one, it don't. You made a very valid point when you said, "Hey, these jobs gains we're seeing. Let's not forget the millions of jobs that were lost back during the COVID period." Number one,
Right.
and then number two, let's not forget the people who just said, "I ain't going back." And then
Right.
you got people that they don't even capture on their report that's not even part of the workforce. And then it doesn't even count a lot of those numbers. We just look at jobs, but how many of those jobs are somebody else going out and getting a second job? So the data is really skewed. And yet, to your point, the Fed has a target. I think their target was like almost 5% for unemployment. But that's kind of like an unrealistic expectation because the playing field kind of muddled right there on that. But I digress on that one.
Yeah, for sure. So it's just a weird economy that we're in. Like I said, they keep selling us on a strong economy, but we all know it's not strong. We can see between the lines. looking at different data. Even working in the meat market, I get, mostly Black customers. Man, why is chicken so high? These chicken wings, $11. And I'm like, hey, man, listen, this is, the economy that we're in, it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you more. And I see those prices going up some. A value pack of chicken breast, $20-something.
Wow. So
But
you say food is going to go, you think food is going to go higher?
yes.
Even though CPI can lower, but food, I see that. I mean, because food prices not coming down, in my opinion.
Yeah. Even the chart right there, I had Mo look at earlier on my page. You can see, food prices skyrocketing, then it leveled off a little bit. Now it's starting to go right back up. And, talking to different people, I'm like, oh, I want to get the cheapest prices I can. I'm like, man, you really eating less. You get less. I get it. You think 50 cents is saving you some money. And I'm like, no, it's not saving you any money. You really not saving any money. You're really buying less when you penny pinch like that. So, if I was you, instead of buying wings, you might as well buy the big pack of chicken, to kind of, have more portion on your plate, instead of buying these wings, $12, $13. That package of drumsticks and thighs, that buy $6, $7, per pack.
What you saying? Just buy the whole bird?
Listen, buy the whole bird, and take that, because these prices, they gonna stabilize a little bit, and then they gonna go right back up. They're gonna go higher. As I said, and what Mo read earlier, if we go into disinflation, man, the prices gonna go up on those products and services. So yeah, inflation may drop, but the products and commodities is going to go up, because if you got to pay the diesel driver $150 per mile, that's crazy. That's insane. That's too expensive. So what do you think what do you think is going to happen when those farmers have to provide, your fruits, your vegetables, your nuts, your grains, and, your meat? Oh, they want the high for that.
Wait a minute, Chris, say that again. Disinflation, what's going on? Prices are coming down, right?
No. Inflation is coming down. Deflation, prices come down.
Okay.
Disinflation, inflation comes down. And commodities go up.
Oh, okay. Commodity. Okay. I just say something has to go up. So rates are high, prices come down, but with the exception of commodities, and they go up.
Yeah.
Okay. Absolutely. But the money supply is still tight.
Yeah, you still gonna be spending. Still gonna be spending.
So that doesn't actually create a situation if the commodities go up where it'll make in this case, it'll make the feds keep on pushing the rate hikes harder because they can't keep the inflation down.
Correct.
No, well, the inflation, you just said the inflation is coming down.
Inflation is going to go down regardless, but it's going to go into negative territory. And you still don't want that. Yes, they want inflation to come down to that 2%, but disinflation, you're going to go past that. You probably even go negative. So, but still, that just makes commodity prices go crazy. So you still have an imbalance there, and that's another issue as well. So you don't want to go that way. They're in a lose-lose situation. So you can't cut rates. You can't cut rates. Go.
let me ask you this. So
Uh-huh.
I'm really kind of I'm kind of understanding you. The sweet spot for inflation is a positive like 2%, 2.5%. That's the sweet spot.
Yeah.
Which if I had $100, or let me just keep. Let's say if I had $1 and I just held on to it for a year and didn't do anything with it, and then inflation was natural, at the end of that period, I'm only going to have 98 cents or $97.50 of buying power if I don't do anything with that dollar, right?
Yeah, you won't lose that much. Yeah.
Well, you said we said 2%, 2.5%.
Yeah. I said, yeah, you won't, your dollar won't lose that much value.
Well, I'm just saying, but that's the buying power that I'm gonna have with that dollar. Now,
Right.
if it goes negative, if I go 2% negative, and I hold on to my dollar and don't do nothing with it, which is kind of, it goes against the physics of the system. If even if I don't do anything with my dollar at the end of that period, it's gonna be $102, or right? I'm gonna gain 2% or $1.02.
I don't know about that.
Well,
No,
I'm
yeah,
not saying.
you will gain $1. You gain $1.02. The difference
I
is
mean,
they'll have to balance it.
Right,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. So the system will be losing if we go deflationary, then they're gonna be losing because it's gonna throw the system out of whack. It goes
Well-
against the whole idea of a debt-based system.
well, deflation would be, your prices of your goods and services dropping. This inflation, then you worried about, the actual power of your dollar, I guess.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Stuff is going to go high because I'm actually in a negative inflationary scenario. I got more buying power, so therefore I'm going to spend. Now I'm gonna flex even harder as a base to now. I have less buying power, and it's just the inverse of the supply and demand scenario.
Yeah,
It's
well,
not going to.
this inflation, this inflation is the price is not really dropping. It's just the economy is slowing, and you just gonna pay higher commodity prices. Deflation, prices are gonna drop on your goods and services. So your dollar may go further there than it would during deflation. Or disinflation, I should say.
Okay, I'm just trying to wrap my mind around it.
I got you. Yeah, so deflation is prices are dropping. That means inflation is going down. Prices are going down. You spending what you would normally spend, which is considered normalcy. And, everything is like going back to normal or maybe even getting cheaper, so to speak. But disinflation, those prices are staying, but commodity prices are going to go up substantially. So you're going to be paying more on energy.
Well, I'm saying, but what's making the price? What's making the commodities go up? I mean, it's still supply and demand.
The slowing pace of the economy. That, I guess that's just how it works.
Hold on, I guess.
What happened?
Oh, I was going to answer that because wouldn't the commodities go up if the prices, like how you said with the disinflation, right? With the disinflation making the prices go down at a slower pace, and the commodities go up, wouldn't that make it to where what Price is talking about?
Say it again, the last part.
I said, wouldn't that be what Price is talking about?
I think I caught what you said, but yeah, I'm gonna just say yeah. I'm gonna say yeah. So disinflation, it really is just preventing the economy from overheating. So yeah, you need a healthy dose of disinflation, but if it goes too far, like I said, if it goes negative, then you have a problem with commodities. because you contracting the economy so much. Now your commodity prices are going to be affected. So we don't want to go negative. We can have inflation decrease. That's fine. But it shouldn't go so far that it goes negative. This is why, certain economists, certain people looking at this and like, the way inflation is decreasing month over month, it's kind of fast or sudden. It's not like, okay, it went from 9.1% and we down a whole 2% in 6 months. That's kind of quick. It don't seem like it, but it is. There's been no tailgate to where it went from 9.1% to 8.5, and then it jumped back to 8.9, and then it fell back to 8.1. It's not back and forth. It's just slowly decreasing. Month over month, going down. So we already dropped almost 2%, or about 2% in 6 months. And there's been no 7.4, then it dropped to 7.1, then it went back up to 7.7, then 8.8%, then it's back down to 7.1. It's trending down in a direction.
Oh no, I get it now. I mean,
I was just going to say.
Go ahead, Sonny. I'm sorry, bro.
No, I was going to say the same thing. I get it now. I get exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. I guess, I'm new to this, so, I just been listening. I've been learning, and I'm just trying to explain it the best way I know how to explain it. So I guess it's just too much in one direction. And that's what, is look like it's mapping out here is a case for disinflation. We just don't want it to go negative. It can go down to 2%.
Look like the time that it did that, when it rose, of course, the housing bubble, whatever. And then when it dropped, like, what is this? July 2008, all the way up to 2009. So that's like a year, right? It dropped in a year. And then
that's when the bailouts came in, right?
And then then it came back by the end. So 6 months later, came back up to like what we would call normalcy, which is a 2.7, and then kind of
they like that
fluctuated around that point. So are you thinking it's gonna slowly? Well, not slowly, because probably. So by the summer, it should be down. I mean, if we just historically speaking, what it did previous.
I would say somewhere like you said, right.
Go ahead, Price.
Go ahead, bro. No, I was just gonna say I would think somewhere around the second quarter, but ideally, to me, this is a producer problem. I get what you're saying, and I do realize the importance of the producers to the economy. But to me, it's just that they're going to have a backlog of inventory, and that's going to impact the growth of business, which is going to impact the growth of GDP and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I defer to you, Mr. Sonny.
So I have a question also. When was it negative?
Right here, it was next. So it increased in July 2008 to that 5.6%. And it went negative in July 2009 to negative 2.1%.
So then, all right, so let me ask you this. If we recognize that it went negative, can we like correspond that or backtest that, like looking at the stock market?
At the charts? Yeah, we can. We can do that. But before we go there, I want to ask a question, Chris, because I got some problems with trying to change a price with the federal government, and I was told I should be using this to come up with my prices. So if I was using this, and I'm not sure if you know this or not, but I showed and sent her an email just off of this piece right here, right, to say that, hey, in May 2020, all items according to the CPI was 0.1%. And now all items, and I used, of course, the highest peak, June 2022, is 9.1%. So that alone, I shouldn't have to prove that I'm charging it, because that alone should prove that I'm underbidding my contract.
Right.
So what you asking?
Well,
You asking, can you use that?
I'm saying, is that a good, y'all think that's a good, I mean, go ahead.
Well,
Go ahead.
yeah,
Mike, help me.
yeah, absolutely. Matter of fact, you can download this. And
I
then
did. I should attach it. I put the link. Okay, I'm gonna attach this to my email.
yeah.
Miss Mo,
Yeah.
do you do quarterly evaluations with your KO for GSA or not? Or is this just a annual thing?
She's no, it's a we was trying to increase our prices because she's been giving us, since I got her as a CO, she's been giving us a hard time with changing our prices. So we haven't changed our prices since 2016.
Ooh, no, come
but
on,
we're
Miss
not.
Mo.
Well, no. We're not concerned. We're not concerned on that because of the fact we switched all our contracts from GSA to service disabled vet. So we're charging what we're supposed to, but the difference is that when we're on the GSA schedule, we can sway a contracting officer to bid out the contract on the schedule, and all we have to have is 2 competitors to be able to do it. You see what I'm saying? And you see what I'm saying? So it's about the favor you get by being on the schedule. So since we haven't been able to increase our prices, we just had the contractor officers rebid the contracts out and go service disabled vet.
Okay,
and,
I get
and we
that
want
part.
And we want them back. We want them back. So our prices are at the level they're supposed to be. But on our, if someone wanted to, like, I get called all the time by contractors wanting us to go GSA, but we know we can't do it because the prices that's on our schedules are way low. They like, for example, in I think Tennessee, my price is probably at $66 in 2016, but now we're bidding at 110. Our prices is 110 because it's open, open market. But we trying to get
have that flexibility to
because
address for time. Okay.
When you go service disabled vet, they don't control your price. So you can change it at any time. When you get locked in the GSA, in order to change your price, you have to have commercial invoices. However, when you do government contracting, they don't want you to use your equipment on anything other than their contracts.
Right.
So exclusively, we are tied to the government because of the 6 contracts, and we don't have time to do nothing commercial. But how they played me was when I went to renew, the contracting officer told me that I had to have a website, but she knew I was trying to change my prices. So she screwed me. So when I tried to change the price, she came back. She just emailed me today and she said, "Oh, you market to the public. So you can't go market from commercial." I said, I wanted to cuss out because she told me that. She got me. But so what I did was when Chris just taught me this, because see, I was told I needed to use this to justify prices. I just didn't know what to do. I didn't really understand what she was asking me to do. So I was lost. But when he broke down this chart, I was like, oh, so the federal government sets these rates, huh?
I said what I would do too. You can do it for each year as well. If you really want to get detailed like that, you can break it down to each year in each category.
Well, that's what I'm gonna do offline, because I've already seen what to do. That's why I was messing around with these tabs. So everything I need to mess with, like fuel, I need to mess with fuel. When I do my prices, right? Yeah. Now let me ask you. Yes, ma'am.
Let me take it back.
Yeah.
I'll take it back in the back.
Oh, you want mine? Oh, oh, why you can't use the other bathroom? You like mine. Go tell your mommy. She's something else. So let me ask you. So this one right here, this is a good case study for anybody who interested in getting it, learning how to price their product. So hold on, let me bring it up some because I need to see the whole thing. So fuel, right? 2020, November 2020. Can y'all see that? Because I can't see it.
What
November,
call it, blocking it.
but let me just use right here.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, I see your chart.
What is
Yeah.
it? Can y'all see the percentage? Because I can't see it for November.
No, I
it's
can't read
blocking.
that.
Okay,
percentage.
I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up a little bit. Then we'll just use this one. June 2020, a negative 23.4%, and then let's use the highest one. April 2022, 43.6%. That's huge. You just see how much money she will be making me lose. So here's what I'm trying to establish. You gotta go see your mommy. Go see mommy, okay? And she gonna let you use the bathroom, okay? Till I say yes. All right. So when I'm setting up, when I'm coming up with my price, right? What I normally do for expenses is I'll take my direct labor costs, right? And then I'll take each one of what I was doing was I was taking each one of my expenses, fuel, vehicles, rent, all of that stuff. I was doing a percentage, but trust me, I damn sure wasn't doing 48%. I was doing like 3%, 7%, 20%.
Oh yeah. You robbing yourself.
By far. I'm gonna get
Ms.
her.
Mo,
Teach me.
Why you wouldn't just do the mileage?
No, because the reason I didn't do the mileage is because for one, I don't know how much miles we're using because remember it's multiple vehicles and I don't have that part. But the reason, let me tell you why I was doing it. So
you're getting about what is it now? I don't know, 60-70% of miles. 76. Yeah.
Right. But
multiple vehicles.
Yeah, I could do that too. But what I was doing was when I would do my price, I would just show it to y'all. I would use I would come up with all the expenses that we actually use in business, right? So I would say non-personnel expense, and then I had the rent, the transportation, fuel, and in the all of the the insurances and the taxes, right? But because I came up with our costs and it wasn't the federal government numbers, what they were saying was that those prices are variable prices. How do I know they're correct? You need to be using the Bureau of Labor Statistics Consumer Price Index. And I was like, what the hell? At the time, right? Because I was like, what am I gonna do with that? But now I know that I should have been using these percentages with it. So if I was to do, just to show you how that would look, if I was to do, because I got one in here, and don't worry, Jermaine, we're gonna go to that. But this is, I had to get this part because this is real time for me. I need to get these dollars, and they over here messing us up. You know how many contracts? I missed two $30 million contracts because she wouldn't let me increase the price. Even the contractor called them and tried to get them to sway to help us, to let us change it, and they wouldn't do it. So let me just show you guys.
Hey,
you might need to get with a new KO. So. No,
we can't. That's the problem. And your sad thing is, I pay them to be on the schedule. It's only like 0.0755%, but still, I'm spending like $3,000, maybe anywhere between $35,000 and $4,000 a quarter for the two contracts I had with them. That I put on the schedule. But guess what? oh, she didn't want us to change the schedule. I was like, well, baby, we pay you. We don't got to be here. As you can see, we get exceptionals on our audits. We don't got to be here. So we'll switch it over, get them to switch it. And we sure did. And I was, so she get mad every time she talked to me because she know I don't need her.
Right.
But the problem is my partners, they say, Mo, you shouldn't let people know that you know more than them. Well, that's kind of difficult because
that's
I'm
true.
not trying to outshine. I'm not trying to outshine them. I'm just trying to get a contract. I don't got nothing to do with your knowledge. I can't affect her paycheck.
Mo,
Oh.
let me slide this in here real quick. Stash
Go ahead.
party.
Oh, okay. Stash party. Y'all do y'all stash party. You go
Who on
to
the stash party?
stash. Huh? Stop. What'd you say? Here we go. What Sonny say? He said, Go and do y'all stash party. I got 30 minutes and I'm gonna put y'all on pause and I'm gonna pull my spreadsheet because I want to show you guys what I was doing. And I'm gonna show you the difference between what I was doing and how bad. And then you know what? They had audited me, and of course my prices were wrong. So I was supposed to pay them right. They wanted us to pay the VA back 300 and some thousand, and the VA was like, y'all don't owe us. That's on the GSA. We don't know what they're doing. So when they went through the to see if they was gonna make us pay back, they came back and said, well, y'all are so advantageous to the federal, y'all underbidding so bad, we won't even allow y'all to pay back. Now keep in mind, I have to, say this, we make millions and we making a lot of money, but just think how much we were making if we freaking knew what the right thing to do at the beginning. And so, like I always say, it's not that we're not benefiting, but we are losing a lot.
Yep.
A lot.
Shout out to African Emporium for this though, man, because he will be returning this year. So our good brother African Emporium will be returning. I talked to him the other day.
Yeah, he ready. I did a class with him.
Oh yeah, you did tell me that. Over here sliding and getting classes on the slide.
No, I have I have to. I'm trying to save my money in the right places.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Yes, ma'am.
Mama said to take a bath.
Mama said to take a bath, and I'm supposed to go take you a bath. Young people.
I like her, boy. She's funny.
Oh yeah, she bossing now. That's my goddaughter. She come to get to know her Auntie Mo. All right. Yeah. So I'm sharing again. All right. So y'all can see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So this is how I was coming up with my prices. So I had my vehicle. I had my drivers are my positions that we were paying, right? So this would be my direct costs over here. And then I would throw in some training, add some more money to it. So here would be my direct costs, my training, uniforms, bonuses, background checks, and driver's history and exams. So that would be my direct costs. It's be the same thing over here. And then I have all my insurances in, and that's almost on the money, right? For that over here. So that would be my overhead. And then under the indirect costs, I have, see, look, already, if my fuel is at 20% and it's 48% high, 28% higher, I'm already screwed, right? Yep. So as you can see, all my rent, my supplies, and those are non-personnel expenses, I was so underrated. So what I would do, I'd take all of those costs, add them up, then I'd add a 20% company markup, and then I'd get my total, and then I'd divide the total by the total hours that my employees are working, and this would be the rate that I would charge per mile. As you can see, this was like my Virginia weight. But if I did, let me do it real quick. Let me see if I could do it based on what I just learned.
All right.
So this is fuel, and I'm gonna just do it from this cost. I'm gonna do it at the highest point because we've already lost. As you can see, from here, well, probably from, see, I had 20%. So probably from May 2000, I'd say 2001 maybe, or could be a little past. That's February. So May 2001, somewhere around that point, all the way until,
2021.
No, it's 21. Because remember, I was doing 20%. So when it jumped March 2021, it jumped 22%. So March all the way 21 to June. Look at that. So 39.9%.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, we could just stop at fuel.
Yeah.
You know, we purchase vehicles. And the only thing on the list I really could use is the fuel, the vehicles. I guess I could use education, because I had the training piece, and I don't know where's rent. Oh, that would be in another chart, right?
Yeah, that's another chart. Yeah.
Right. So you kind of, and I don't want to go with that. We'll go to the charts, but you kind of see where I'm going with that. You see what?
Yeah, man. Listen.
Yeah, I lost a lot.
And all of that crap, we getting all of that back. Yes. Yes, Lord.
You might want to check out the PPI too, because
what's PPI?
Being on producer price index.
Yeah.
You know, there may be some more categories in there for you.
Is that on the same site?
Yeah, it's on there too. Go down to where is it? We seen it earlier. Go back to charts for economic news and releases. What happened?
If you go to subjects and then you go on the left hand side.
There's it go.
Yeah, producer price indexes. Yeah. Scroll down.
And look at that. Services. So services, that's 2022. I want the years.
Yeah, you can change
right
it.
This chart.
Yeah.
This one?
Go back to the charts.
Where?
Over to your right.
Click on it? Oh, I'm sorry. You said to the right?
Yeah. Go up a little bit.
Hold on, let me move this thing out my way. Lord, y'all done taught me something.
But this free tonight, Miss Mo. This free tonight.
Click the data.
I think Chris might be getting 2 out bonds.
Don't say that, Brandon.
Hey, man.
I think you need another 25.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give them yours, and I'm gonna give them yours and Sonny's.
No. Brandon and Sonny got to keep theirs. So throw Brandon 25 because he's showing you the PPI right now. Go ahead and throw me another 25, and just on the strength of it, throw Sonny a 25 too. Shoot, you about to get paid on them numbers.
I'm gonna be giving darn Price and Jermaine 25.
Everybody get
200 down in a minute.
She's gonna be over all of a sudden. You get
I just want to say, you get a
25.
25. You get a
25. Right next to HTML, go to charts.
Where?
In that box, go down. Right there.
Mo, blind boy.
I am blind. You back?
Go to more chart packages, or you can go.
Hold on. Trying to look at make sure
2021, right? Yeah, you just scroll down. I think it's right there.
Where?
Yeah.
Oh, these things is close together.
Yeah, but you can click the charts right there.
2021. Okay, this is transportation. That's pretty much, these are the same when we got next customer. Are these, these are probably, what else would I have? Hold on. What else on my list what else would I have had? What else would you include?
Man, you got fleet maintenance, supplies, expendables.
Yeah, all of that right there. Trades, goods, energy.
Got you.
Y'all got a warehouse?
No.
Y'all got transportation though, right?
Yeah. We don't have a warehouse though.
Oh, okay.
But you said maintenance. Where maintenance? Would that
Probably
be
gonna have
in?
to go through the details again. You know what I mean? Go
Okay.
through and click on.
That won't be classified as service.
Mm.
There you
I'm
go.
gonna play with
Service.
it. Y'all gave me enough. I'm gonna play with it. Let's go to the charts. I got it.
So let me understand something, because I know, Chris, you had put something in the chat earlier where you said that it could possibly be like a 0.1% for the CPI for month over month, right?
Yeah.
And I mentioned that I would like it at 0.2, either stay the same or even go to 0.3. So if it goes to 0.1, does that, I mean, for month over month, if it only changes like 0.1 and say it goes, because at 7.1 now, say it goes to 6.9 or 7, does that mean that that's good news or bad news?
Well, see, that's tricky. What's good news
It's bad.
for the markets itself is normally bad news.
Well, I
What's
understand that
bad
kind of
news?
mixed up though.
Yeah. So what's bad news is good news.
So what's bad news for us is good news for the market, and what's good news for the market is bad news for us.
Yeah, that's really how it is. But right now,
Oh.
I think the market is gonna rally regardless. The number has to be crazy tomorrow for it to do any type of big drop, which I'm not thinking it is. Like I said, I think we're going into a period of disinflation. If it does drop down, let's say 6.9%, that's not a big drop year over year, but month over month, that is.
So will we be looking at the SPY or another?
You look at the SPY, you look at the yields, you look at
There
the
you
dollar.
go.
The treasury
You gotta
too.
look at all three of those because
Y'all
you gotta look
confused.
at the dollar and look at the yields. I'm not even looking at SPY or any of that. I'm looking at the yields and I'm looking at the dollar. And then I'm also looking at oil prices.
So what if it came in tomorrow at 7.3?
I still think if it goes up, I still think that the SPY may drop,
It's a cup of handle.
but I don't think it's gonna close red. It may drop, but I don't think it's gonna close red because 7.1, 7.3, it can be dramatic. Like I said, on a month over month, that's a nice increase.
So right now it's only like at 1 point something, 1.1 month over month, right? Or 2% month over month.
No, not 2%.
I mean 0.2%.
2/10. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
0.2%. Yeah. So if it does, either way, I think the market, because the market is just responding crazy right now. The fighting the Fed situation is in play. I still think it's gonna rally somehow. Like I could be wrong. I definitely could be wrong, but I think, I think the CPI is gonna drop lower. I think we're gonna be at like 6.9, maybe 6.8.
Well,
However,
what about the bonds? Didn't they double the amount of bonds that you can get now? Like I think today or yesterday.
when they was at the oh my bad.
Because if the bonds go up, then that means everybody else, I mean, basically stocks is going to go up because the yields is going to actually go down. And so with them doubling the amount you can get, it makes it where it's more amounts that people can buy into. And then this is why This is why I see it rallying tomorrow.
Hey, can I make 2 points to caveat on what you guys talking about?
Yep.
Hey, first, brother Jermaine, the first thing is it's not so much as on how far, or I mean, it is so much as on how far it goes down or not, but it's all about expectation. If everybody's expecting 0.2% drop and it goes down 0.3, oh, that's a parade in the market tomorrow. But if everybody's expecting 2% and it only goes down 1% or it just stays flat, that could be problematic.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing.
Yeah.
And then second, bro, Sonny, you hit it right on the head, man. It's all about these bonds. And I keep harping on this. The media get us all engulfed in talking about CPI and what the job numbers are doing. But we need to be paying attention to these yields. Last time we talked about I can get a faster and greater return on a 2-year note than I can on a 10-year note and a 30-year note, which is that's the inverted. That's problematic for the market. Now I can get a faster turnaround on a 90-day note than I can a 2-year note. I can get fast just on a money market. I'm getting almost the same on a money market as a 2-year note. That's problematic. And the time frames are getting shorter and shorter and shorter. So
Well, you look at the 1 month yield, you look at the 3 months, all of those.
That's what I'm saying. The long
a higher percentage than a 10-year or 30-year. So
yeah, with they right now with them doubling the shares, right? I think it's at 6.9 return. With them doubling the shares, it's gonna make everybody want to jump into it. And so when everybody starts jumping into it, you start having a rally with everybody in the market based on people jumping into the bonds because the yields start going down.
But okay, let's think about it. Let's be cynical with it, Mr. Sonny. Look, bro, I got all these bonds over here, and ain't nobody want these bonds. So now I need to give an incentive for people to get these bonds. The bonds is not working like they supposed to work. They're not moving like they supposed to move. How can I get these bonds to move? Oh, let's give more allocation to people. Maybe I'm being too cynical, but I think
that's real. That's real. That's real.
That's the play that I think that's the play that they're doing is that because the yield is not moving. We need those yields to move so he can go ahead and I think he want to put like 75 basis points in this year. So that's either a 50 and a 25 or 325s or 175. He don't have the room to do that right now. He's already up against the wall. And when I say he, I'm just talking about Chair Powell.
Yeah.
But I mean, to me, that's the method behind what you just announced. But I'm gonna fall back.
Yeah. Like today, the yields didn't even really move that much. Like this morning, the 10-year was at like 353, but it ended the day at 355. So it jumped up a little bit. The 2-year.
And what's the Fed rate? What's the Fed rate, bro, Chris?
I think the Fed rate is what, 4.5?
4.25.
Yeah, 4.25.
Mm-hmm. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's at 4.25, but the bond shot up tremendously today.
What bond?
And then when you look at the 2-year, when you look at the TL and the IEF, they went up too.
Oh, they moved? The yield on the 2-year move?
Okay. Yeah, they moved, but they moved right back down. So they closed, it went back down.
So we still at that 430 or whatever?
That's 4.23 now. It's 4.23. When I said it this morning, when I said it this morning, it was like 4.22.
Wow.
So, they killing the bond market, man, and that's problematic. The credit market is problematic. At this point, you can go either way. That can break something. Either way. So, we can keep overinflating the stock market. We can pull up the reverse repo facility and we can find out if they still, putting money, putting money into the stock market, which I'm sure they are. That operation
No.
hasn't.
No, Mr. Sonny, he put an article up last week to say the repo got its highest amount of depositors. Everybody putting their money, hedge funds, banks, venture capitals, everybody parking money at the repos right now.
Yep. Yep.
That was a couple trillion dollars.
Uh-huh. Mo, you still here?
Yeah, it's 2 trillion.
I'm
Mo,
here. I'm here.
Mo,
What you think?
can you go to the Federal Reserve Bank of New York?
Federal Reserve. Y'all on it tonight. Y'all must have drank y'all tea.
I thought you
I'm
was
drinking
asleep.
tea now.
I ain't sleep yet. Y'all taught me something. I'm awake.
Once in your life.
Yep.
All
Finally
right.
paid attention.
Go, Mo.
Where we need to go?
All right, go to, hold on, Brandon on here?
Yeah, go to market policies implementations. Say that word.
Go where?
Implementation.
Implement what?
Go, look at Mo, she all over the place. Go to markets and policy implementation. Go down to reverse repos.
Oh, I should know this.
Implementations. There it is. I got it. I had to think about it.
Oh,
Got
let
it?
me bookmark it.
Yeah.
Ooh, what's that?
Reverse repo
2.19
operation.
billion.
1 billion.
No,
2.19 billion.
Mo, read
2
that number
billion.
again. Ain't 1 billion. Ain't 2 billion.
It's a big, man.
Yeah, you said 1 point something. I don't know.
No,
You
I
said 1
didn't.
billion.
No, I didn't.
Brandon, what'd she say?
She did say Billy. I heard it. You did say Billy. Play the tape.
Y'all fired.
Uh,
Y'all
That's a
fired.
trillion.
I'm not fooling with y'all.
Now they did this today for tomorrow, and they know the CPI come out tomorrow. What I just say, I think the market is gonna rally regardless, because they already looking at the CPI to come down anyway, or we wouldn't have this
Well,
talk of inflation.
It's
You know what I
forming
mean?
the cup to handle anyway.
Okay.
They've been doing that since the beginning of
It's-
this year. Or
The
this
only
month.
reason I'm really concerned about it is because I got a 370 foot expiring on January 20th. So I still got time, but I also got a 420 call for
Wait ahead.
the same date. Come again?
Right.
I didn't hear you, Chris. Say it again.
I said that way to hedge it.
Yeah, for sure. I did have a 410 and a 370, but I sold both of those yesterday, which I should have kept the daggone 410, but I sold it, and that wound up going to like $38 off of $8. And then since I sold it, I jumped in the 420 and the 375. I got a little closer on the put side, but a little farther out on the call side, but at the same date, 120.
Oh man. You say 420, but what's your strike date?
No, I said January 20th. I have a call
Okay.
for 420. Cost me $17, and I have a put, which I bought 2 contracts, which originally I bought it the other day, and it cost me $93, and then I bought another contract today for $60.
Right on.
That's on the SPY.
Yes, sir.
Oh man.
Y'all looking for me?
No, I was gonna say Mo, right quick.
What?
Can you go to the show operations for prior 2 weeks on their repos?
Show operation.
Yeah, just scroll down a little bit.
You know, Mo looking at the screen, Moby.
I don't know how to do that.
Nah, just scroll down a little bit.
He
I
finna
did.
show you, Mo. He finna show you.
Oh,
There
I'm
you go.
sorry.
Keep going.
I thought it was already done. Right here.
Yeah. So these are all the repos they did so far for the new year.
Damn, this shit went up to $9. Oh my God.
Hey, bro,
Bro, that was like 3 weeks.
4.25.
Keep
This
scrolling
is
down.
what, that's what they do. They do this every week. They've been doing this for the longest. I think since 2018, 2019.
I'm still
But
interested in the bond
it
thing.
hadn't been this high. This is like the highest it's been. I mean, nobody's buying nothing. They just parking money at the repo.
Yeah,
Now,
they-
what is this repo y'all talking about? I'm really confused. Yeah.
okay. Let's go. Let's do it the right way. Go to Investopedia. And we're gonna type in reverse repo. I gotta go watch them old African Emporium videos, man. I know they long, and I know it's a lot of them. But we used to talk about all this stuff, man. Oma put us on game for all of this stuff. And they
I start playing them in the morning. Just let it play while I'm working out.
yeah, that'd be good. Except for I ain't getting up there early.
I like when
Great.
that brother be on. You get to ask questions to him.
Oh, he coming.
He coming
Oh,
back.
y'all, listen, I'm gonna have to make somebody the host because that's gonna be but you pray and Sonny and Chris and you and Jermaine. Lord have mercy. That's Brandon. I'm gonna be the only underdog. Overload.
Stop
You gonna
it. Cut it out.
Stop.
My
Yeah,
brain
stop,
gonna
Mo.
be hurt.
Yeah.
My
You
brain
might
gonna be hurt.
you might be asleep, but you know.
Yeah, we'll say
You
bye,
better
Felicia.
stay with us.
Right.
Felicia.
Say bye, Felicia. Talking that good
Okay.
mess.
So the repurchase, you want to read it, Mo?
Uh-huh.
I'll read it.
Okay.
I'll read it if that makes it okay. So
Yeah, you can.
all right, because I know Moby reading a lot, and I don't want her to take it all on her shoulder. All right,
Thank
so-
you.
You're talking about the repurchase agreement, repo or RP, and the reverse repo agreement, RRP.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Mo, go specifically to the reverse repo agreement. Click on that one. Oh, just click the link right there. Yeah, just click that. There you go. All right, there we go. All right.
So what is a reverse purchase agreement, which is a RRP? A reverse repurchase agreement, RRP, or reverse repo is the sale of securities with agreement to repurchase them at a higher price at a specific future date. A reverse repo refers to the seller side of the repurchase agreement, the RP, or the repo. These transactions, which often occur between two banks, are essentially collateralized loans. The difference between the original purchase price and the buyback price, along with the timing of the transaction, often overnight, equates to interest paid by the seller to the buyer. The reverse repo is the final step in the repurchase agreement, closing the contract. For example, let's say Bank ABC currently has excess cash reserves and it is looking to put some of that money to work. Meanwhile, Bank XYZ is facing a reverse shortfall and needs a temporary cash boost. Bank XYZ may enter a reverse repo agreement with Bank ABC, agreeing to sell securities for the other bank to hold overnight before buying them back at a slightly higher price from the perspective of Bank ABC, which buys the securities and agrees to sell them back at a premium the next day. The transaction is a repurchase agreement. So the key takeaways in that is a reverse purchase agreement, or RRP, or reverse repo, is a short-term agreement to sell securities in order to buy them back at a slightly higher price. And repurchase agreements, RPs or repos, and reverse repos are used for short-term lending and borrowing, often overnight for banks looking to fulfill their reserve requirements. Central banks use repos and reverse repos to add and remove from the money supply via open market operations. Okay, that makes more sense now. Thank you.
Yeah. So so think about it like this, bro. You're a bank and I'm a bank. And by federal regulations, we at all times, regardless of whatever deal we got going on, we're supposed to have a certain amount of money reserves on our books. So if I'm in a deal that I had to expend my reserves, and at the end of the banking period, which is the after hours period, I'm coming up short, I come to you and say, hey, let me get X amount of millions of dollars to cover my books. And you say, okay, at the rate, at the repo rate, which is 4.25, due within 48, 24, or however many hours. It's a very short time loan. And we enter that agreement. The Fed covers the spread. You go ahead and, you know, they like mediate between it or whatever. They mediate the deal. So at the end of the day, I'm not insolvent. And of course, you're not insolvent because you provided the money to me, but you kept me from being insolvent. And it covers the liquidity issues that's in our current system.
Got it. So when I hear that, why am I thinking like in trading, like margin trading? You know what I'm saying? Like
that's you hit it right on the head. It's
that's
the
how
same thing, but you got
that's
the
how they
money
do it in the market.
So does this mean it covers people that have security debt?
No, this is just the Fed and the banks. This is for them, but you can get that Fed.
Yeah, I'm saying that say for instance, people have loans through the banks through their security of shares, right? And so does because that affects the bank, does that affect them too, as far as good or bad?
Let me see. Are you saying like if you got a loan with the bank, and are your loans covered under that agreement? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that you have loans through the bank through your own securities, right? I'm saying does that what they have going through the feds and the banks through the reverse repo with the securities, does that affect the people that have loans with banks through securities?
Oh, no. The only thing that affects those, that's the FDIC for the people that do business with the banks, they're protected under FDIC. This right here is a guarantee just for the banks because they do all kind of stuff. They take your dollar and they loan it out 9 times. They do the fractional lending thing with your dollars. And that's where this repo bank comes in to cover their books. But as the individual at the bank, no, that's FDIC got you for up to $250K, I believe, per deposit account.
so this reverse repurchase agreement only is between banks and the government, not through any money market manager. I mean, money market guys.
What
Just
hedge funds?
the Fed, just the Fed and banks.
Well, if you think about it, it actually trickles down. So like right now you got Friday is when they're gonna kick up with the earnings, and it's gonna be mostly on your financial companies, right? Banks and shit like that. And then so with them pumping this up, and then the CPI data coming out, and then you had Jerome Powell's minions all week saying different stuff, and it's been on the page of where they making it seem like they life putting it. This is why, like all of it, I don't know, it may be me, but when I look at because I do a fundamental analysis and I do a tactical analysis, but when I'm day trading, these stocks, not all of them are going the same way. But then when you look at it on a long distance pattern, they all are going the same way. But each one of them have different fundamentals about them on why they went up or why they went down that day, even though other ones went up and went down, and they still end up doing the same thing. So like right now, like say for instance, I'm just give you an example, like Swivel, right? Swivel is one that I've been working on for the last 2 weeks as far as day trading, because it's been going up and down, and I've been I've been able to buy thousands of shares and make a lot of money on it,
What's
right?
the ticker?
And so it's
What's the ticker?
it doesn't move the way that SPY is
What's the
moving,
ticker?
but at the
What's it-
same time, when
Sonny,
it goes up, it goes up. What's up?
Sonny, what's the ticker?
Oh, Swivel is SWVL. It's a micro cap stock. I mean, yeah, it's a small cap stock or a penny stock, whatever, however you would call it. The thing is, it's real volatile, and so this is why I jump in it, because it actually makes you a lot of money while it's at a small at a small point.
And it's probably gonna be rocking tomorrow. You know, tomorrow gonna be a very volatile day.
Oh, it
in my
is.
opinion.
So
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. I can get into it, but it's right now. Go on the 15-minute. But right now is basically bull flagging. But at the same time, when you look at other things like SPY or your you see the consolidation going with the triangle. Yeah. So
yeah, I see that.
So, but when you look at other stocks, right, they might have a trend that's going to be where it's a head and shoulders, or it might, I mean, a inverse head and shoulders, or it might be a cup and handle or something like that. But they all basically have even though they're not moving the same day, in the long run, they all basically moving the same. And then when you look at the fundamentals of it, a lot of them are moving based on the fundamentals within the individual company, still mapping out to be the same. But yeah, you see,
So it didn't even fill that gap over there. Yeah.
Hey Mo.
Right.
Monica.
she put it on.
I hear you.
And when they get done, I'm will he get his channel strike if we listen to a video clip?
Oh yeah, Garfield told me I can't listen to no videos ever.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a video in the chat, and if you want to learn how reverse repo is broke down, I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Good look. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I got you.
So Sonny, are you playing this swivel to go down because it hasn't filled that gap yet? Back in I guess, when is that?
No, not at all. Not at all. Because if you look at it, right, it's actually at a support line right now. So its support is between 20 and 22 cents. And so this is why you see that flat line right there. And then and so as it consolidates, it's actually at a flat line point to where it's going to do some kind of move based on price action. And when you look at tomorrow's update, or whatever the case may be, this may be the price action for it to go down if it's bad, or the price action for it to go up, because it's leveled out and it has this triangle it's triangle form.
Oh, so you're saying this whole thing?
Yeah.
But then the trend is going down though, correct? At this point.
No.
Could be.
I mean, if it's up to the person, you know, I can't tell people how to bet. I've been trading this for a minute, so.
Actually, it's two.
Well, hey,
two. It's actually two games. Dang, okay. So you think
here's the thing.
going up, though, right, Sonny? My bad,
You
brother.
say what?
You think the stock is going up tomorrow because of this rally that's going on all throughout the entire stock market?
No, I actually don't think it's going up tomorrow, but throughout the week, yeah. I mean, throughout the next couple of days and next week, yes.
Okay, gotcha.
But as far as like it got to go down tomorrow, nah. Or it got to go up tomorrow, nah.
Hey Mo, can you throw the Bollinger Bands on this?
Ultra band. I don't even use those. Y'all about to teach me something.
I
Yeah,
like
you
them.
got to. You got to use the Bolger
Oh,
bands, and you got to.
It has all this space up here to go
I only use the EMAs. That's it, and the RSI.
consolidating sideways.
Yeah, you got to use all of that. You got to use your
Yeah.
EMA, your RSI at the bottom, and put your EMA at the top, and use your Bollinger Bands. And if you basing it on the technical where you're gonna do a day for day trade, day trading it, then you can actually set it up with your Fibonacci's to where you can see where you want to get your price action at.
Now, see, y'all was doing the Fibonacci the other day, and I was listening in, but I didn't actually get to see because I was working. But I did hear y'all speaking about the Fibonacci the other day and how much.
Yeah. So I
Yeah,
can tell
that
you
was
about
good.
like let me show you about this stock, right? So how we talk about this, and you see where it has that big green candle that jump right there.
Right in the middle.
Yeah. Okay. So you have five major. This is when it was almost at 8 cents. So it's been jumping up and down from about 6 cents to about 20 cents, right, throughout the last few months. But you have, because it's been going up and down and it's so cheap, you have 5 different investors that invested heavy into it, and that's what spiked it up. And what you see doing right now is them short squeezing it going all the way down.
Right. So the fact that Mo has his Bollinger Band up, basically like it's simultaneously from the top and the bottom looks like the same graph.
No,
how am I looking at this?
that one is like right in the middle of the range. That orange line, I guess that's like a 200.
Okay.
Well, what you're seeing right now is that orange line is the 200, right? And it's actually riding the 200. But when you if you look close to that red line has a resistance going all the way down. It's a resistance line from earlier 2020. Earlier this year, right?
Oh,
You see the whole thing right there?
okay. I see that thin red
Okay.
line. So
And then
it's
you
right
see
below.
how you see how it was riding that red line at first, and then it dropped, hit the 200, started rising back up, and got back on the red line.
Hold on, I think Mo got a Bollinger Bands messed up for this one. Hey Mo, you got your Bollinger Band set for 200. Should be at the 20 because it's a standard deviation of 20.
Yeah.
And then you scroll back on it. There you go.
There we go. There we go. Oh, that thing
Yeah,
was about ready to pop.
yeah. So
Now,
it goes back to. Oh, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, only thing this stock has to do right now is just stay above that 200-day moving average, which give it all the sentiment from what you guys are talking about tomorrow, or for tomorrow. I can see it definitely, jumping off of that 200-day moving line. Probably hit 30 cents tomorrow, if anything. I mean, you can hope for 30 cents tomorrow, but I don't think it's a lot of volatility, a lot of volume in this.
Buying puts.
I don't even
Well,
think you can buy puts in
I
there.
actually, I was gonna say I actually see it hitting about 30, 34. So if it in the pre-market, if it shoots past 30, I see it being about 34, 38. But if it doesn't shoot past 30 and it heads into the actual market, I think it'll hit to about 30.
We're going down to 21 cents tomorrow.
Good.
21 cents.
21 cents is 21 cents between 20 and 22 cents is support line. So I mean that's kind of funny.
Yeah. Hey Sonny, you remember that Apache company we was talking about the other night?
Yeah, I was watching it. It popped up and then it dropped down.
Yeah. I told you that's why I said if you was gonna do a daily option trade, would have made a few cents on it, but it didn't hold.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was gonna hold.
Yep.
Hey, brother Price, what was that? What was that ticker that we was looking at? The what was it? The company in Texas, that gas company. I
Oh,
think it was.
NRG. It's called
NRG, yeah.
NRG. NRG.
Yeah, that's
NRG.
down here in Houston. Yep, down here in Houston.
Yeah,
Oh,
that thing was
after
at
that,
40.
I got something I want y'all to check out too. I
Oh
just
no,
got up
30.
on this.
Right on.
Somebody better ping Shaniqua. She need to be in here.
Oh no.
I put the link in the chat. I put the link in the investment chat so they can jump in if they want.
That's a heart. That's a heart.
This gonna get crazy.
I don't see her.
Man, when she hit the $2 million cap thing in the back, talking about it's a strong company, I was like, oh man. And I was trading at the same time, but I was trying to be nice. But I was like,
My message, I look, we need to
Yes.
man. Hey, brother, is brother Jermaine still up in here?
I'm here. That's me talking.
Oh, okay. Hey, so I'm looking at you. You say you got some spy calls for
Man, we done
420,
made some
right?
no money.
I have one spy call and two puts.
Okay. No, I'm just looking at it, man. You got a nice little hold on, I had the whole index up. But I
He's
think you got a
swinging.
nice setup. I mean, for a swing,
oh yeah, that's a nice swing. So I would have put 2 calls and one down though on that one, but yeah, it's still a nice swing.
Well, you know what, Chris? Was that Chris or Sonny? I'm sorry. Who was that?
That was me, Trip.
Oh,
Son.
Sonny.
So
He said
what
that was
happened?
me.
I should have freaking waited, right, to buy the put yesterday, but I bought it on Friday. So I was gonna do the 2 calls and the 1 put, but then I had to average down to try to give me at a lower average cost for my put in case, you know what I'm saying? In case, and like, let's just say go back to my average cost, I could just get my money back and ride my call out. You know what I'm saying? That was my hope.
Was you planning for tomorrow with the with your option calls?
Say that one more time.
I said, was you planning for tomorrow with your option calls?
I don't think I understand your question. Planning for tomorrow.
I said, was you planning for tomorrow
when you did
your option?
Yeah. When you purchase your contracts, were you planning it for?
Oh yes, did I have that in mind? The CPI? Yes.
Okay.
I did.
Because what I was gonna say,
either way, you know what I'm saying?
No, what I was gonna say, if I'm planning for, like, say if I was planning for tomorrow and I was doing a swing trade, what I would do is I would wait until probably about 15 minutes till the bell rings, so that way you can be able to get, if I'm doing puts, if they running it up like how they did, if they running it up, I could get my puts for cheaper, and then that way if it does go down, I get them for cheap, and I hit for bigger value.
Yep.
And then if I do my calls, I'm still gonna win, but I'm not gonna win as much.
Right. Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
So I'm basically playing defense right now. In other words, because I basically should have waited until yesterday to purchase the contract, because I could have got it yesterday for $64 or something like that. But today I wind up no, I'm sorry, it was a little bit more than that. It was 70 some odd dollars. And then today I got it for 60.
Man, I think you're coming up on the 5th touch. I would just say, I don't know if you caught Mo and Chris and Sonny talking about that optimum trade and the equilibrium, but how to set your fibs up like that.
Oh yeah, setting your Fibonacci fibs.
Because this, I think your call is gonna be good, bro. At first, when you said 420, I was a little but I'm looking at this chart and I'm like, damn.
420 is good because
Yeah.
So he could get it for cheap. So when
Yeah.
like stuff like that, you want to get like 10 of them. You know what I'm saying? Something on that. I mean, I'm not telling you how to trade, but
Yeah.
how
I'm not telling you.
I would do it is on the page of where I'll buy 4 of them, and then I'll make once I make a little bit over the money I spent just to buy all 4 of them, I'll take 3 of them out and keep one in. It's a
Right.
free contract because you got your money back and then some, and then now you got a contract running.
Well, check game, right? Now, if I had did what I was supposed to do, right, I would have bought more contracts. But I was doing risk management, if you will, right? And remember,
Right.
I'm going into my 2nd year of trading, right? And I've learned a lot. However, I'm not trying to put a lot out as far as gambling. So I'm trying to be disciplined and practice my risk management.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
You doing the right thing, good brother. You definitely doing the right thing. I mean, I'm just saying, I think you made a good. I wasn't even paying attention to the SPY, to be honest. I was looking more at what the Dow Jones was doing, and this thing kind of snuck back in there.
Yeah, if you look at it, it's on the triple bottom too. It's ready to
exactly.
it's ready to pop.
And then
Brother Jermaine,
furthermore,
can
it had
you
a decent open interest in volume.
You can
Shoot,
look
that's
at
that
it. It's
cup of
a
handle right there.
it's a cup and handle. I was just going to say a cup and handle.
Yep.
It's a triple bottom. Like you can look at a bunch of different things.
Hey, Brother
You
Jermaine,
got
I'm
that-
gonna need a. My
Yes, sir.
fault. Go ahead. I was gonna.
No,
I was
you go
gonna-
ahead, good brother. I'm going on mute.
That's Brandon, right?
No. Yeah, Brandon. No, you good, Brother Price. I was gonna ask you if you could do me a favor and convince Brother Price to jump into options. Because he's talking all this good stuff, man. You save some money, brother.
Hey, listen,
Brother
y'all didn't see what I
Price is
posted the
with
other
the
day,
drip.
Brother Price?
He a drip brother.
Did you see what I posted the other day, Brother Price, in the chat?
Yeah, I check out all y'all posts, man.
When I had
on the
Morgan
opposite
Freeman
page.
on the daggone
Mhm.
thing, if we would have played WWE $100, we had $92,000 off $100 in options. That's facts.
Man. Or when you join the club and invest into this mulling but get like 10,000 shares, when they hit $2, guess what's gonna happen?
Oh man, we going to Vegas?
And Vegas,
Hell no.
Hell no.
This is Vegas.
no,
We playing Vegas.
I'm in a if I make it big, I take that big investment and buy something else big.
Hell no. We playing Vegas. Every time we log on, this is Vegas.
So hold on. So Mullen is what is it? A penny stock?
Yeah, see, that's the thing. It was considered a micro stock, and then I guess because it made a certain amount over time, it became a penny stock.
Okay.
But yeah, the market cap right now is like 650.
650 million.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the price is so cheap. The P&E is like minus 10 cents right now. The company, I mean the stock is like at 40 cents. I got it on a couple different platforms, but on one platform I got it at 26 cents. Another platform I got it at 19 cents. But it's like at 40 cents right now. But the market estimate is January of 2024 is supposed to be at $10. I'm just estimating it by the end of this year because of everything that's going on. It should be about $2. It's already hit about during their IPO, it already hit almost $3, coming from 50 cents.
And that's MULLEN, correct?
That's pretty good.
MULLEN.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then let me also tell y'all this real quick. This is another strategy I had. Tell me if I'm bugging. I had those two plays set up, right? Now I was talking about risk management. However, if this thing goes bananas tomorrow, right? I was going to do a 0 DTE tomorrow, right? To also hedge that put that I got, right? Because
now, what is a DTE?
0 to date to expire, as opposed to stretching it all the way out to January 20th. I can get a very, very cheap 0 to date expire and then also have that hedge my put also, because I pay $17 for the 420, but I could probably get like a 405 or 410 for about that same price, 0 to date.
What's your percentage that you are looking for to as far as a stop loss on your winnings?
I always shoot for at least, if I can get 100%, I'm happy.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
If you're gonna do, I just asked because if you're gonna do the that same day,
Mhm.
then if that's your goal, you're gonna have to really pay attention to it and do and use. I don't know what kind of style you use, but for me, I use my crossovers, and so like you're
Right.
gonna
Is
have
that
to actually pay attention to it minute by minute if you're gonna do it for the day.
Facts.
wait, Sonny?
What's
That's
up?
that 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute you talk about
Yeah,
now?
1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute. Your 1 minute is just seeing what it's doing. Your 3 minute is to confirm. I mean, is to is when you actually gonna set up for when you're gonna buy, and then the 5 minutes your confirmation. Your 15 minutes is to actually see what the stock is doing. Your 4 hours your overall.
Not, not check game now. See, since you done taught me that, right?
What's up?
I got so good to where it's like the price action is like get in. It's like I kind of
Get in, get out.
I kind of guesstimate right before that thing start hitting on the 5 minute confirmation, right? Because you said 5 minute confirmation. I'll jump in on the 1 and I'll use the 3 as my confirmation and kind of gamble a little bit, if you will.
But see, you don't have to gamble because when that's the whole reason that you're looking at it. See, everything depends on timing, right? Now that's why I say like, okay, boom. If you were setting it up for today, then it'll be on the page of, tomorrow, then it'll be on the page of I'll set my swings up right before market ends so I can get the best decent prices, right? When I get into these trades, whether it goes up or down, I have a certain percentage that I'm trying to get into. If I got four calls going up, right, and then it goes up, then I'm gonna wait until it gets to about 45%, and I'm gonna take out 3 of those trades, let the other one keep running. Because I already got all my money plus some, and that other one's just gonna keep doing what it's doing. If it starts going back down, then from past that 45%, then it's on the page of I'm looking at 20% stop loss. Never take anything past 20%. So if it gets on the page of where the same thing, if it's going down, then and I already got those puts, and I'll take it out the same way. And if it keeps going down, I'll just let that 1 keep running down. But the minute it starts going back up, I want to take my profit and go.
Understood.
You don't want to play them games. It's real easy. And then when you look at when you do your crossovers, when you put your EMAs in there, I don't know how you guys set it up, but I put mine with the 1348. When those cross on your 1 minute, your 3 minute, your 5 minute confirmation, it always works.
Yeah, I followed you. I do the 1348 200 for sure. No, 1448 200 is my my settings. Yep, I got the same thing. Yeah, I definitely followed your advice on that, and it definitely works. I stayed that Saturday, it definitely worked for sure.
Yeah, you don't even have to guess because it's almost like if you're looking at it from a month out, and then you like, man, SPY, like SPY's not gonna hit 350 tomorrow.
Right.
Especially if you know what I'm saying. So you're looking at it a month out, but eventually it can hit that. But you'll have to look at your EMAs and you'll see that it's doing that. So now when you look at it in the shorter time frame, you start seeing what those EMAs doing. It's not going to just immediately do some old way out stuff in that within 30 seconds compared to you looking at it on a 5 minute time frame.
Got it. Now check game.
You know what I'm saying?
Right?
Go ahead.
Now on this particular SPY, right? I was also concerned with this because I was hoping that it filled this gap that SPY had back on the 14th and the 15th. Ms. Monica still there? Well,
The 14th and the 15th of what
December?
December, right?
Yeah, I see it. I see it.
I was
It already
hoping
took that out, didn't it?
No, I see it. It took out
it
the
like another
15th. It
$1.
didn't take out the 14th.
Right.
The 14th, the 14th is on the same lines of it testing the 200. So if with the pre-market tomorrow, if it can be on the page of where it can pop past that 200, then it'll fill that gap.
Right. And then I'm thinking if it does have a possibility of a reversal after it fills that gap.
Well, if it fills that gap, it has enough room to run to about 399.
That's what
Yeah.
I thought that too. That's
What is
why.
that? Hold on. Yeah, 399.
Yeah. Dang. Okay, I'm thinking the correct way then. And then also on my watch list, I have a March 17th, right, in which the volume and the open interest is very, very good. I have a March 17th 430 call, and it's for $217. And
Well, you said March 17th for a what call?
430.
A 430? No,
I would really wait on them.
I can't tell you how to.
No.
Look at
I'm just
look.
looking.
How about this? Look at the 200 right here, right? Right there where the 200 is. Where do you see the 430 at?
Hold on. The 200 is the orange line, right?
Is that yellow line, or orange line?
The thick one or the small one?
The thick one.
The thick one. All right. So the thick one right now is at around 396. Right? The 200
right now, yeah. So, but where do you see that 430 line at?
The 430.
Matter of fact, I'll help you. Look around between August and September at that top peak. That's around your 430.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now you see how the 200 is trending down from there. Okay, it just got back to it gets back to what we was talking about as far as a hard break. It would take some amazing things, and on top of that, it takes a whole lot of cash for it to be on the page where it had that big break up like that.
Got it.
Like they would have to have Jerome Powell just come on the radio station and say he just not going to give no rate hikes no more. But
I was thinking in March, because we're talking about 2 months away, right?
I know. I feel you, but he's still giving rate hikes. Just because he's lighting it on the rate hikes doesn't mean that the companies aren't still going back down. Yeah. The only reason why we're having rallies like this is because everything's priced in and earnings are coming in. So people are trying to make money while it rallies. But we're still in a bear market. You can't forget that.
Yeah. Hey, good brother. I just want to add to that and just say, you hit it right on the head. We still got a heavy macros on the horizon for us. I mean, the interest rates are still up there. Liquidity is still low. And I'll be happy with the 12%. I mean, the 420 will be almost a 12 to 15% bear market rally. Will be, in my mind, be ideal with the scenario. So I wouldn't expect this thing to still be going up in March. I would see some correction coming in to at least come back and confirm the tops. And just speaking from perspective of the SPY, something like a 410, maybe even 400, just to come back and say, hey, all that resistance we broke through, let me come back and confirm the 200. So
they haven't even really priced in the effects that the hike rates have even had on the people yet.
Exactly. We ain't even got there yet.
This is based on the markets and what they're doing and stuff like that. But when it gets to where like and it's a whole lot of people that's not even counted for that are homeless or that are filing for unemployment that
Exactly.
wasn't working. Like there's a lot
Mhm.
of different things going on. You know what I'm saying? So when that stuff start hitting, that's why when we was talking about the SPY being down or the market going down by the summertime. But when that starts hitting, it's gonna be bad.
Yep.
He gonna have to raise the rate hikes higher, which is gonna make the market start going lower. You know what I'm saying? Because they
Yep.
have to price this in.
That makes sense.
He would raise the rates higher than what if the CPI is, you know, we can really get this over with. But you know, they keep lagging behind, they keep pussyfooting, and they
Well,
just make things worse, honestly.
but
No, I think it's actually making it better, to be honest, because
well,
like it gets back to where you was talking about with the disinflation, right? If the market starts going down slowly but surely, and people start trying to even things out as far as why the Feds want to even raise the rate hikes anyway with the unemployment, and it gets on the page of um, where the dollar, I mean, yeah, where prices are actually coming down, it makes it to where people can people can actually start spending more easier that already have the money, and it gets to the page to where if it does get out of hand, all he has to do is like how you were saying, just print more money. If it gets to where it's where they say deflation, to where
right.
it gets negative, all he has to do is print more money. This is why he said last year that that he's not worried about a recession or anything like that, because it's easy to, he already has the, what he said was the fundamental tools to bring the economy back up. And so all they're talking about doing is printing back more money, because if it was easy to be on the page of having an inflation like this based on them printing money so they see the effect. So, okay, boom, all we have to do to get the economy back up is just start printing money and then equalize the value, the evaluation of it later on down the line.
Printed
But
money will be inflationary. That means inflation will go right back up.
no,
Yeah,
well,
That,
hey,
no, it would
that would,
even out. It would even out. So this is the thing, right? So it gets back to what Price was talking about with the dollar being 98 cents or the dollar being $1.02. So the thing is, if it goes under, then all I have to do to even it out is just start unloading more cash out there, versus it
Well,
being on the page of where we're plus and I'm throwing more cash out there. That's what creates the inflation. But if
they've been
we're
that's
printing
not
money
negative
since
and
they've
I
been
that's
throw
printing
not
money
really
money
since
how
out
that
there,
works.
2008.
That's not really how that
They've
works.
been printing money
but
since 2008 after the crash, the
but
housing crash.
Yeah.
but
no,
Yeah.
no, no, no.
I want to go
Yeah.
after you when you finish, good
Yeah,
brother.
so when they had the 2000 crash at that time, right? When the market went down, it was still inflation.
What you mean was
No,
inflation?
but
They,
you
Okay,
brought up a very
so when what I'm saying is when it crashes, the fundamental tools that they have to bring the economy back up is to start printing more money, and that's
right,
what you
No,
just said.
no,
That, you know, it's
right.
a,
that's not
okay.
how
Go
you
ahead.
fix it. That's not how you
No,
fix
well, how do you
it.
fix it? How
The
did they
crash,
fix it?
the crash itself balances everything out. You don't print more money to bring back the economy. That's not how it works.
Okay, I'm gonna bring it back again. Price was talking about the dollar being under to 98 cents, and then he was talking about the dollar being above being $1.02. The dollar being above is the inflation part. The dollar being below is the deflation part. And we were talking about it being negative and being bad for the economy. And then what I was telling you is what they said is that if the economy goes bad or goes under or goes into a recession like that, they have the tools to bring it back up. And what I was showing you or talking about was in any type of break like that, the way that they bring it back up is bringing in more cash. There couldn't be a crash with the inflation at the same time. So that's the difference. So if it's a crash, this means that there ain't no inflation. We're in deflation mode. And so if we're in deflation mode, the way to bring that back up is to start introducing more cash, and it evens it out at the end. This is what I was saying.
No, hey, now what you're saying is I agree wholeheartedly, but it's quite that simple. And the only reason I say it's not, I'm saying he only want to have one opportunity to do that. He can't turn the money on and then turn it off and then turn it back on.
No, they do it over. It's an overtime. Everything is overtime.
Right,
so
right.
It's just, what I'm saying? It's not like, okay, well, we're gonna throw $100 billion out there. No, everything is overtime. But what I'm saying is this is what he was talking about as far as the tools to bring it back up compared to it crashing. I mean, how else are you gonna do it? If it crashes, how else are you gonna do it?
You can't unless they go back.
I mean, unless they do some Ronald Reagan bringing the dope back or something like. There is no way you can do it.
The printing of money is the reason for the crash. You don't bring the economy back by printing more money. That doesn't make sense.
It's not the
let me explain how this
ahead.
works.
Go ahead.
How this works. If you're in an economy and it's high inflationary, the 2008 crisis was not because of inflation. The crisis was because of subprime lending.
But you do realize nobody said that, right? Nobody is saying that.
you said it was inflation.
Okay. I'm gonna say this again. I thought I said it twice.
You don't have to repeat it.
I'll say it 3 times because I don't know if you're hearing it or you ain't hearing it. But I didn't have that had nothing to do with it. What I'm saying is when there's a crash, there's a deflation. And in order to get that back up, you have to throw cash out there. That's what I'm saying on the bottom basis.
What does a crash and deflation have to do with each other?
What?
Say that again.
What does a crash and a deflation have to do with each other?
Crash is natural.
Deflation is a decrease in prices.
It's a decrease in cash flow and prices.
And cash flow from what cash flow? Are you talking about
how are you gonna have supply, demand, and goods and services with a crash?
Are you talking about M1 or are you talking about M2?
Man, I'm asking you a question. Listen, how do you have a multitude of goods and services and everything else with a crash? How do you have that?
I mean, you can have goods and services and have a crash.
No, I didn't ask you that. See, so this gets back into what I'm saying. Instead of going against what I'm saying, just hear me out. Right?
What I'm saying, I'm telling you,
so in order, listen,
right. That's all I'm saying.
It may not sound right to you, but in reality, there's a lot of things that they talk about with Cramer that's on the page of where it doesn't sound right. I know, and prime example, right?
Cramer is not a good source. Not a good
prime example. But there are people that made millions off of it. So everybody can have different opinions. This is like basketball.
What I'm saying is not an opinion, though.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But no, I mean, there's a lot of things that again, there's a lot of people that are analysts, and there's a lot of them that's been doing it for years. And they all have their own predictions. They all look at things in their own light, and they all don't agree. And a lot of them be on the page of where they feel like another person is full of shit or another person is full of shit. But regardless of the fact, they're still making money. And you don't have to hear a person's opinion on it or whatever. But if I have a breakdown on something and you can't even answer my questions, I mean, it's a difference.
You haven't explained how can you print money and bring the economy back? Explain that to me. and then we can go from there.
I
Hey,
think
can-
I said I
Matter of
didn't have
fact,
to explain it.
Never
I
mind, never
said,
mind,
okay,
never
listen.
mind.
You
can't
asked me a
explain
question.
that.
You didn't want to hear that.
So
I said I
I asked you what is deflation
you
and a
getting
crash
emotional.
have to do with each other? Because
I can answer that.
deflation,
Okay,
as
I
said
can
earlier,
answer both his questions. Hold on, I got it,
deflation,
Price. It's real easy.
deflation is
'Cause-
prices decreasing. What does
Okay,
that
cool.
have to do with a crash?
Good brother. Can I have just
No,
20
no.
seconds?
That's
I
crazy.
need
That
him
is
to. I
crazy.
need him to answer this question.
But
I don't need
let's
nobody
do
else
it
to
for
interrupt.
let's
Let him
everybody
answer the question.
we supposed to
What
edify
does
for
deflation and a crash have to do with each other?
bro.
Because you can't print money. You cannot print
This
money
is crazy.
to bring an economy back when
Why?
printing money is the reason why they caused the crash.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
So
I
hold on.
disagree with you, good brother. I want to go when Sonny gets
Okay,
when he gets
okay. You
done,
disagree,
I wanna
right?
go.
You disagree. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I
Go ahead.
want to ask you something since you
Come on.
made that statement, right? How is giving the economy money during a crash not bringing it back up?
Because the crash is to rebalance anyway. You raise rates to crash the economy. You don't print money to bring the economy back, do you?
You soften the blow.
Yes.
What Jerome Powell?
You soften the blow with the rates, but at the same time you add money into the economy. And this is
Which is
when I was
softening the
telling
blow.
you.
Hold on.
This is what I was telling you about. Yeah.
Hold
Go ahead,
on. You said you add money into the economy. So are you under
Yes,
the impression that there's
yes,
no money
yes.
in the economy?
What?
Are you
That's the whole
you
idea of
said
him
that you
raising the
add
rate.
money into the economy? I'm trying to figure out how is there no money in the economy?
Oh, you're under the impression that you can still gain money while it's a crash. That all these different companies gain money during the crash. That's what you're under the impression?
What do you mean gain money? You mean make money?
No, gain money, grow money. Right now, right? We'll say with the blue chip companies that's going right now, do you think they're gaining or they're losing?
A lot of companies are making money still.
No, I'm gonna say it again. With the blue chip companies that are going on right now, do you think that they are gaining or losing?
Name a company.
Oh,
Blue
brother,
chip
come
though.
on.
Blue
Okay,
chip.
how about this? Apple. Do you think right now that Apple is gaining or losing?
Apple is still making money.
I didn't ask you that. I said, do you think that they are gaining
They're
or
still
losing?
gaining money. Whatever word you want to use, they're still gaining money.
Yeah, but Sonny, I think what you should say is gaining value.
What I'm talking about is growth. He knows what I'm saying. I'm saying growth value, but
No, because what you got to do is you got to separate the company and what their product, and you also have to understand that Apple don't just not invest in anything else. So they still making money on their end.
I'm not even
Their
talking about
company
what they're
may
doing
be
to
losing
make money.
value.
I'm not talking about what they're doing to make money. I'm talking about the company, like how you said the company may lose value. That's what I asked you from the
They're
from the
losing
get-go.
value as far as
Yes.
their stock
Yes,
price.
this is
But
something
they're
we
still
all
making
know.
money.
Hold up, brother. This is something we all know because it's a bear market. We know that all of these companies have been going down. For you to even be up here, sitting up here talking about which company.
Hold
Hold up, bro. Hold up. I'm getting to
What
a
does
point.
that have to do with money in the economy?
If
That's
you
what
would
I'm asking.
silence yourself for a little bit, let
You're
me
not
finish
answering that
talking,
question, brother.
and
Y'all sound like
can
my
get to that.
family, boy.
Hey, come on now.
Reunion,
Can we?
bro.
That was saying. Can we just keep it? Let's keep
No,
it about.
but yeah,
No, he's not answering the
It's
question.
healthy right here. It's healthy.
you keep talking so much, and it's on the page. I'm trying
You're
to
not
get to
answering the question though.
because
You
when I
realize
did,
that.
I answered the
Realize that,
question
right?
twice. You realize I answered it twice, but because you're only listening with
No,
emotion,
you did
you're
not
really not
answer.
hearing
You
it.
have not answered
Nigga said
where
with
the money
emotion.
is in the economy and what to
Yes.
stop.
Okay. First
I'm
of
just
all,
asking you to answer
when
that.
you asked me the first time, what does the crash and inflation have to do with
No, I
each other?
said the crash and deflation. The crash and deflation.
Yeah, you had changed it, and you said the crash and deflation.
No, I didn't change
and
it.
then,
I kept saying.
and hold up. Okay, cool. You said that the first time, and you didn't hear my answer the first time. The
What
first
was your
time,
answer? What are you doing?
are you
Oh,
done, brother?
I'm quiet. I'm letting you talk.
Is that what you think you're doing?
Man, get to
Boy,
your
Sonny,
Come
boy,
point,
on,
you a
man.
brother,
trip, bro.
fam. Come on,
You a
man.
trip, bro.
Oh, you
Come on,
get
man.
to
I
your
love
point.
it. I love it.
I mean, come on,
everything
let me
you
just
said
talk,
explain.
man. Like, brother, goddamn.
Damn,
Like,
how
is
long I
there
gotta
every
wait?
other word?
Damn, I gotta wait an hour for you to get to your point. Come on.
Because you keep talking. Like, I mean, it,
Come on,
how much
guys.
do
Come
Boy,
you
on.
y'all
can see?
wildin'.
You can
Y'all
see
I'm
wildin'.
not
Price,
trying
but
to
you can't
embarrass
hear
you.
him.
I'm just trying
Like,
to get you to answer my question. That's all.
it's that. I mean, it's definitely not embarrassing. It's just like, come on, brother, let me talk.
I'm just trying to let you know, brother, you really don't know what you're talking about when it comes to this because you saying money in the economy. You saying money in the economy, but you really got to define what you talking about when you talking about money in the economy. You really gotta explain that.
Okay,
You know the
you
difference
jumping
between
from.
M1 and
Man, I
M2?
can't even.
You know the
Yeah, I
difference
thought you
between
were
that?
quiet. I thought you were quiet.
No, I
I
can't
mean,
be
because you
quiet no
jumping
more
from
because you're
question to
not
question to question. You jumping
you
from
not
question to question to
answering the
question
question though, brother. You're not
because you
answering the
talking.
question.
You don't think you talking?
All right.
You really don't think
I'm,
you talking? What
All
kind of
right, man.
sleeping
We're
do I
gonna
need
go
to
pills
to
you
the
put a
next.
taking?
timer
We're gonna
up?
go to the next subject.
Like, what kind of
Can I get 2 minutes?
medication is you taking, brother? You
Come
don't
on,
think you talking
guys.
right now?
There ain't no medication. You can't answer the question. That's the problem. You
I
don't know
I
what
can't.
you're
mean, you
You're
talking
right.
about.
I can't
You
answer the
don't know
question
what you're
because you
talking
talk
about.
too much.
It's okay.
You keep
You don't know
talking,
what
and
you're
I
talking
can't.
about. I get it.
You're right.
I get it.
You're
You
right.
don't know what you're talking about. It's fine.
You are
Oh,
you. Is does that make you
It's
feel better
fine,
if I
brother.
say you're
It's
right?
fine.
Hold on, hold
Hey,
on, hold on. The real
stick,
question is,
fellas,
the real
stick
question
to the
is,
trading.
When
hold
you
up,
Trading
hold
when
up.
you
The real
calm your
question is,
this is
emotions
a
down,
different
I'll
conversation.
explain. I When you calm your emotions down, I'll answer your
No,
question
it
for
ain't no
you.
emotion.
hold up,
Brother,
It
What
is.
the real question
It
is
got
Mo
to be.
sleep. Is Mo sleep? Mo, you still there?
Yeah, Mo knocked out.
mostly.
Mo sleep? Because she would have been interjected by now, but yeah, she's knocked
yeah.
out.
The point is, when we start talking about money in the economy, you really gotta qualify that. You can't just say that
I'm
blankly
not
because
asleep.
you
Yeah,
got
I'm
you
not
was.
asleep.
okay,
I was
Mo.
riding my bike. What y'all
Oh,
want?
okay.
Okay,
Okay.
keep riding,
Do
Miss
you
Mo.
know
They
why I
acting
said?
out.
Do you know why we were talking about money into the economy?
I was riding
Because
my
you
bike.
When
said
me and Price first talked about that, do you know
who?
why we was talking about that?
Who?
We'll start right there, and
Nope.
then that way I can answer your question.
You talking to me or
It
Chris?
answers it easy.
No, he talking to me, Mo.
Okay, I'm going on mute.
Yeah.
I'm riding my bike.
All
All
right.
right.
No, it answers it easy because it's like I don't know if you missed what we were saying or you just took it a whole nother way or whatever, but like literally I don't dodge questions. You know what I'm saying? I may talk for a long time, but I don't dodge questions, brother.
That's all I'm saying, brother. You talking for a long time. I just want you
I
to
mean,
answer.
but you got to turn your listening skills up, man. Stop watching TikTok.
You listening,
I
Sonny
don't want to
boy, you
listen to
wild.
an essay, but you know, I got you. Come on. I got you.
So do you remember when me and Price was talking about the whole thing with I mean where all of us when Price brought up the dollar going up and the dollar going down. You remember that part?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So from there, what we was talking about was if it gets into a deflation and the economy goes under, that the solutions, of course, the solutions would be for them to start to not do the rate hikes, but be on the page of minusing the rate hikes. But the other solution would be on the page of them putting cash into the economy. And the reason being is because it's a whole lot of things that start breaking down once it starts getting under like that and once it starts crashing. And so this is why they would have to start putting money into the economy because it was on the every year they usually put money into the economy anyway, but because it was an inflation, this is why they had stopped printing. Well, said that they would stop printing money early. I think it was earlier last year. or the year before, one of them, the earlier last year is why they stopped printing money because of the inflation. But every year they print money, but if it got to the page to where it would be under, is what we was talking about, where that would help the economy for them to start giving money, because it would start having more more of a spending for different things as far as housing, food, like all kinds of different things, to build the economy, versus it being on the page of where they don't give no money at all. And that's basically what the logistics of what I was talking about. Everything else was something else.
Okay, so the feds would have to print money to save the economy if it goes down too much. That what you saying?
That would be part of the solution, yeah.
Okay. So now that you said that, that's fine. That's cool, right? At what point does the economy need to be saved in that regard?
I have no idea. It would depend on how much it broke down.
Okay.
I'm not. First of all, I'm not the treasurer in the Treasury Department, so I wouldn't know how much cash flow is going in and out through the government. So that would depend on looking at
That'll be
different
the
data.
Federal Reserves.
Yeah.
Well, I would say we would know, because it would be something very much like that Lehman Brothers event when we had the housing market crash. It'll be some type of black swan event where the banks will come out and say, "Oh, we too big to fail." Our airline will come out and say, "We too big to fail." But I fall back to let you continue, bro.
What's going on,
okay.
fam? What's going on?
Hey, what's up, Oba Marquise?
He said, Uncle Marquise, I'm dead.
No, I said, I said Oba. I said Oba.
Oh, Oba. Oh, okay. I said, I became Uncle now? Oh, man.
Yeah, no.
Wait a minute, man. I thought Uncle was a good thing.
I don't know, man. I'm young, man. I ain't Uncle yet, man.
Okay. Well, I just say, because
I'm still brother. I'm still brother Marquise.
Yeah,
I hear that all day, every day. So I'm a walking dead man.
And I'm glad Oba Marquise is here, because he kind of pretty much studies the macro economics as well. So I guess I'll ask this to Oba Marquise. So, Oba Marquise, are you familiar with disinflation and deflation?
Yeah. I was trying to gauge what y'all were trying to, what the conversation was about. Like, what was the point of contention?
So basically, Oba Sonny, he was saying that, if the economy ever got to a, I guess, severe period, that they would, the feds would have to save the economy by printing money. And my point I was trying to make, that money has, a lot of factors around it, right? Because you got M1, you got M2, and such, right?
Yeah.
So when you say printing money, you really have to qualify that.
I would have to ask, like, okay, what is the reason why I need to save the economy? Is it an inflation issue? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is the reason why you need to save the economy? And then number two, what is the method that you feel they're going to use to print money?
Right. So he said deflation, right? So, and we explained earlier the differences between disinflation and deflation. When deflation is really a decrease in prices, and
it's a tightening. You're tightening.
Right. And disinflation is more of, the economy is contracting and inflation is, coming down, is breaking down lower and lower. And that, can cause commodity prices to go up instead, which also is inflationary. But in that situation, would money printing, quote unquote, because they don't actually print money.
Yeah, you can't print money while inflation is rising. You're gonna just cause more inflation.
But in
That's
a
not what it's
deflation
saying,
though,
good brother. That is
but
not.
in a deflation,
This is crazy.
or
Huh?
disinflation. But deflation or disinflation, let's say, you know, inflation goes to negative 2%.
Okay.
Would money printing or putting money into the economy fix that issue?
And what's the issue?
That inflation went negative.
If the inflation, so when you're measuring inflation, are you talking about CPI?
Yeah, CPI. Let's say CPI. Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying if right now, you know, we have CPI constantly kind of going up, right? So you're saying in the case where CPI was going in the negative?
Yeah,
Yes.
It went down so far that it went negative. Kind of like now how it's been trending down from 9.1% to about 7.1% now. Let's say that trend continues for the next 6 months and it goes like negative 1%.
Oh, I got an answer for that. So
Oh, hold on.
basically what I
Let him
was saying.
respond real quick.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, respond, Marky.
Yeah, I think in that situation they would issue more credit.
You don't have credit, bro.
Who don't have credit?
Wait, when you say they, who are you talking about? They?
When he's
I'm
talking
the
about
Federal
credit,
Reserve.
when
I'm
he's
talking about the
talking
Federal
about
Reserve.
he's talking about
Okay.
cash in itself. It's credited to you. It's not actual cash.
Well, okay.
I'm talking about they would purchase bonds.
Right.
Okay. And what you're saying is the Fed, instead of clearing their books, they will add to their books, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what they're doing now. They're clearing their books right now.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you just said,
yeah.
in essence, so the Fed would add to their books, and in essence, that's printing money. The next closest thing to a dollar is a U.S. debt.
Yeah, I mean,
But
because
that's
if you
not
wanted
putting
to,
money in the economy, is what I'm saying.
It is,
Why
bro.
is that
I
not
mean,
putting? Come on,
hey,
man.
as soon as y'all get through, I want to go through and let's go back and revisit history, and we could talk about where this quantitative easing started. It'll go right back to when the housing market, which is a variable in the CPI,
I already know
crashed
that.
in 2000. You say we already know that, but
so it's like this: they will buy bonds in the effort to lower interest rates so that, you know, big money could, you know, now afford more credit and they could, you know, stimulate the economy.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. I want to walk back through and talk the example, because the first question was, why would you print money in a deflationary environment? And in 2008, when the housing market crashed, which is a leading indicator for recessions and inflation, when that crashed, that's what happened. The Fed came in, Congress got involved, we did a bailout, and they started quantitative easing right there. We've never seen an environment with quantitative tightening. We've never seen it. This is our first time seeing that environment, number one. Number two, that's what started back in 2008.
You're
Quantitative
right, because
easing.
the interest rates around the time when the crash was crazy high. We talking like 14% or 12% or something like that. So they had to lower, you know, those interest rates.
I'm looking at the chart right now. August 2008, inflation was 5.62. August 2008. 2008 was when we had the crash. And it went all the way down to a negative 2.09. And that's when everybody came in. What are we going to do? Oh, Lehman Marcus went out of business. Wells Fargo got the deposit accounts. I think it was Bank of America got the debt or whatever. And
yeah,
then
they had to bail out.
coming in. Exactly. That's the bailout. And what was the bailout? Brother Marquise, you hit it on the head. Oh, we're going to extend credit. So the Fed start buying mortgage bonds. What did the Fed say last year? Hey, I'm going to clear the books. They was doing what 20 billion a month. They started scaling down 120 some billion. They started scaling down, and they have continued to scale it down while they've been raising interest rates. That's what the tightening is. They're not extending credit and they're raising interest rates. They're tightening the money supply and they're pulling all that money out that they've done for the last decade and a half to take this money out the system.
I see the issue. I see the issue here.
What's the issue? Because
The
this is how
issue
the
is-
system is working.
He still want to be right.
Yeah, you want to be right. So that's why.
I
So
want us
the
all.
issue-
Hold up.
the
It's not
issue
about
is-
being right. Let me say this right quick, brother Chris.
Come
Let's
on,
all
brother.
edify one another. I'm just saying, let's all grow and learn, and just it's not about who's gonna be right or wrong. It's not about that.
What I'm saying is this. I see the issue here. Y'all saying money into the economy, and all I'm saying is that's not what that means. Is what I'm telling you. You got to qualify that like you just did, Price, and like Marquise just did. Buying
All I'm saying
bonds.
is, bro,
Go ahead.
when you say M2 money, that's Fed money. That's the only money the Fed deal
But
with.
I said M1 and M2. You got to
M1,
qualify that.
okay, M1
So-
money is retail money. M2 money is Fed
That's
money.
my point. That's my point. That's my
So,
point.
so
right
when
there.
they purchase the bonds, that's how they put the money into the economy.
That's
Exactly.
my point. That's my point. That's all I'm saying. You got to
But that's-
qualify what you're talking about. You can't just
But
say,
that's it.
"Oh, you put money into the economy." It don't work
But-
like that. You got to qualify. That's all I'm
Every
saying.
dollar, every dollar that's printed, whether it's M1 or M2, is some type of debt attached to it. It's still backed by the Fed, U.S. Treasury.
I get that, but that's not how quantitative easing
Remember,
works. That's not how money
No.
printing works. This is what I'm
It
saying.
is. Right now, we're not in quantitative easing. We're in quantitative tightening.
Yes, we are in quantitative tightening, but that don't mean retail money is stopping because of that. That's what I'm saying. There's still money in the economy. You don't stop. The money don't stop in the economy. It don't just stop.
No, but what we're saying is money is already coming out of the system. We just said
Yeah,
that
when
there
they
was an
when they
article-
issue bonds, that's how they take money out of the system by
Right.
issuing new bonds.
Yes. I don't have any problem with it. None of that. But
But
he
you brothers,
said,
y'all was getting a
Go
little
ahead.
heated, man. I'm just saying y'all was getting a little excited. And we just trying to have a good dialogue. And we don't want to argue, brother. We just want to understand this.
Now
system.
I understand both perspectives. I think what Ober Chris was just trying to say is like, instead of simplifying it, just actually breaking down how each cog is going to make each cog move.
Yeah, I
If we're
think
talking about
he's saying it like
monetary,
that, too.
like when
monetary
you say
policy.
print money, the feds don't actually print money. They do that through a bank. They do
No, the Treasury.
reverse
You're right.
repos. Like
You're right.
reverse
Exactly.
repos.
Fractional reserve
That's like
banking.
that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. I just clarify that. I don't disagree with everything. I see where we got hung up at. When I just said when you say printing money or you put money into the economy, you got to be clear. That's what I'm saying. You just got to qualify that because money moves in different ways.
It's a good point, though, brother Chris. But I want you to think about something.
Yes, sir.
Everybody keep talking about a Fed pivot.
Right.
If we go back and look and check the record, 2008, I think 2012 or 2000. Let me see, 2000.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah, 2011, and then we go check again, 2014. We had instances. If we go back and dig in the record, we're going to see something was going on, and the Fed had to crank up the quantitative easing. That's like a pivot. Every time that the Fed pivots, whether it's lowering interest rates or whether it's extending credit or whatever, every time the market is going to take some type of decline. If we go back and if we go back and check that, I think that stuff we need, instead of being, let's not be mad at each other and really just try to get ahead of the game. That's all I'm saying. But I'm
for
gonna
sure.
digress.
I wasn't never mad. It's just he couldn't really explain himself. That's all it was.
It was nothing but a healthy argument. That's what that was.
That's all.
Okay,
But
well,
I just say
It
just
was
qualify.
some
Just
nostalgic
qualify.
conscious arguments. You know how you know how it be.
Because when I said M1, M2 money supply, I didn't know what that was.
You know what it was? It was just like a conscious community. It was an argument of semantics.
Yeah.
well, let's not do that.
Semantics, yeah. Semantics.
Oh, come on.
Semantics. Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying we in here trying to get some real world application, man. We playing the game for real. We're not talking theories.
So
and
what
stuff.
was this
we
in
talking
regards
theories.
to, like where the where we feel like the economy is gonna go now in the short term, or what was this in reference
what
to?
we was talking about earlier, we was talking about the CPI, and I had Mo read. It was some like an article or a post that I posted by this guy named Rick Newman, and he was basically talking about the possibility of disinflation. So we was talking about that, and then we started throwing theories out here about if the economy possibly went severe disinflation, what would they have to do to save the economy? But to me, everybody thinking the economy is strong. But I mean, we all know that.
Yeah, I think the Fed is trying to get CPI to a certain number right now.
Right. Yeah.
They're really trying to reach that goal before we even know what the next move is going to be.
Yeah. So
the thing about it is, it's like right now, why would anybody really invest into equities for real when iBonds are giving you like 7% right now?
Exactly. Exactly. And shoot, if you got that almost 10% back in October, you really
it's kind of a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I'm pushing back on that. I do think there's something wrong with the M2 money supply. It's a huge problem with this inverted yield curve.
Mm-hmm. No disagreement there. No disagreement. That's why I said some gonna break, some gonna blow up.
Well, that's the whole thing. We gotta go and take this medicine, and part of the medicine is is some type of, I don't want to say crash, but some type of.
Oh, you gotta let it burn, like Usher say. Gotta let it burn.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
It's nowhere around it. You're gonna have to go through that fire. That's whatever, lake of fire or whatever.
What you think is gonna fall first, if it does fall?
I don't understand that.
I'm saying, what do you think is going to fall first? Like, say for instance, that the economy does start breaking down, or say they start raising the rate hikes, right? What do you think will start falling first?
The people who got equities. The most outstanding bond obligation, debt obligations.
Yep.
So basically, like financial companies.
It could be somebody, other companies too. There's like companies who got bond payments to make, but in this rising interest rate environment and stuff falling, it becomes difficult for them to make the payments.
Defaults.
Hey, Marquise, you hit it right on the head, man, because that was the whole thing. Well, I don't want to say the whole thing, but that was a main contributor to the 2008 housing market crash. Lehman Brothers. Well, I say Lehman Marcus. That's a clothing store or something. Lehman Brothers was the largest bank in the country, but they was over leveraged, and they was only over leveraged by like 1 or 2%. But because they couldn't make that payment, it caused a run on the bank. It wasn't a whole lot, but it was just enough to cause that run on, and everybody panicked. And they was the biggest. So you hit it right on the head. Somebody gonna miss a payment,
Oh yeah. All you gotta do is look at a lot of their debt obligations, who got payments coming up, how much they got, what's like all those things are really matter now. Plus we're in a Rogers interest rate environment where we're continually hiking, making it harder for them to borrow more money to be able to meet these debt obligations.
I cannot think of that company right now. That it was a Swedish company. What's that Swiss? Whatever that company was, they talking about they couldn't make. They was over leveraged or something. This was back in the fall, like
Credit Suisse.
Yeah, Credit Suisse. Remember, there was a lot of talk about Credit Suisse about the because it's so much. They have so much money in the system that people thought that it was rumors that they was going to go under. That would have been problematic. That would have been very problematic.
I'll think about that. All the people defaulting. Then I'm like, man, people are still buying houses at 6-7% mortgage rates.
Outrageous prices.
Yeah, I'm like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, but the first thing that's really gonna happen is that corporate debt market. Like that is what you'll be looking at. Once you start seeing, like these big corporations and stuff start laying off, that market and there's some defaults and stuff, that's when that it's about to trickle to the rest,
Yep,
you hear it right there. That was 2008. Exactly. That's what happened. It's always somebody over leveraged. Whoever can't pay their bills, just depends on how big they are and how much leverage they have, and you'll be able to tell who else is impacted. I mean, you've been seeing
every brand.
No, but it's been happening in the crypto market. We've been seeing that since the summer.
Yep.
Celsius, Voyager,
yep.
FTX. I can't even think of the doggone Daquans. That Luna.
Solana.
Yeah, Solana. Yeah. So we've been seeing it happen. Somebody's always overextended, can't pay their bills, and get caught out there exposed. So yeah, that's a very good point, bro, Marquise. That'll let us know. Okay, here you go. Strap in.
Yep. It was just another crypto company too that they just did some layoffs. Genesis did 30% of the workforce.
Oh yeah, the Winklevi.
Oh yeah, them boys mad. They want DCG to give them their money, which we just found out today they got some exposure.
Is that Bitcoin Genesis?
Yeah.
Yeah, from the Winklevi. Their platform.
They got to exchange. Those twins, they out of New York, aren't they? The Winklevoss twins. Gemini.
Yeah,
Gemini.
That's Gemini. Yeah,
that's Gemini. Yep.
Oh yeah, Genesis and Gemini is different. That's different.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Well, okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
Gemini is they stuff.
Yeah.
But
I think they're like suing each other, if I'm not mistaken, right now. Like.
Oh really?
But they suing about some money. It's about $1 billion, 900 million. So somebody owe them some money.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's DCG, Gary Silver and DCG got about $1 billion of their money inside of their BTC ETF or whatever they got. And they say, I need my money.
Mm-hmm. Time to collect.
But the boy won't pay them.
Yeah.
Gary Silver won't pay them their money.
That's cold, man. Hey, these people laying off 30% of their staff. That's crazy.
But that's what at this point of the business cycle, that's what you're supposed to do. So we already know nobody's going to grow. So you got to make moves that's going to show that you're trying to sustain. And, right. That's one of the most expensive things on the balance sheet is labor inventory. So
that's why it's hard. Even Coinbase started laying people off too.
Hey, who does the what do they call that when you invest into the currency?
What, Forex?
You talking about staking?
Forex, yeah.
Who
does that?
No, I don't even do that, man. That's how I got into the market. And I got my ass handed, excuse my language, to me many years ago.
My bad, I missed it. Are you talking about staking or did you say Forex?
No, you're talking about Forex, like, the dollar against the euro.
I trade Forex every day. I trade Forex. Yeah. Well, every other day.
How is the Japanese yen doing?
It actually did pretty good today.
I've been watching dollar Swiss. Really, that's all I've been trading is the dollar Swiss based on the dollar.
but you
So I
do you
haven't
know
really been
about the
looking at it.
Japanese yen?
Yeah, of course. I haven't been watching it though because I haven't really needed to. But
So,
I know about it.
but because I was asking, right? Because I just thought about something. Because during the housing market crash, they had went down real bad too. But on top of that, to get their economy back up is when they inflated their shit and kept printing more and more dollars. Do you
Boom.
remember
They
that?
sure did. And they did that this
Mhm.
summer, bro, Sunday. They sure did. They when Europe went down, not Europe, but UK went down with the pound, and they had to go into action and start printing
Yeah,
money again. And then Japan got in trouble, and they had to stop.
Germany had went down. Italy had went down. It's a few companies. I mean, a
They
few
had pivoted.
countries.
Yeah, it was about I want to say 4. I just can't think of all of them right now, but I know Japan was the one because they had started using cash. They had like, I don't know, $20 billion in cash that they had started using
2008?
to back their economy. No, that was this summer.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even in Europe.
I mean, I might not be like well diverse in a whole lot of things, but I just look at it like this, right? If we got a dice game going and it's a pot, and we all and the pot is supposed to be $100, but it come up like $20 show, and we supposed to be living off of this. It's the only way I'm gonna be able to keep it going is if I create some kind of money or some kind of credit or something to keep y'all motivated to keep going. Otherwise, it's gonna be real bad, and ain't no way you're gonna get nothing else. Like there ain't no way you're gonna get it from nowhere else.
Sonny,
The
just to be clear right
Well,
quick.
the
Sonny, did you
I
business
say
is
think
dice
going
game?
crash. Like, you know,
the
Go ahead,
inflation has to get under control first before any of that happens. You can't like if you printing money while inflation is rising, that's just a disaster.
no, not
No.
while inflation is rising. It has to be where it's like nobody never said while inflation was rising that you'll be printing cash. That's outrageous. But I'm saying
Yeah,
that
well, I got to say the environment now.
yeah, I'm talking about if the economy goes under, you have to be on the page of where you supplying the economy to be able to fix it. And then the only way to really supply it, because if it goes under or it goes negative, it'll be on the page of where a lot of businesses will start crashing. When those businesses start crashing, you'll have a lot of unemployment. You start having a lot of employment, real estate start going bad. Real estate start going bad, like the economy is really toe up. So to fix this, you'll have to start supplying some kind of money, some kind of credit somewhere.
Oh yeah, it's boom and bust cycles. You know, it's
Yeah.
fundamental. That's fundamental. It's just a lot of people don't know how to time that. To be able to time that is the whole trick.
Yeah,
Of the
you're
market.
gonna, but I mean, it's not like like I made this statement earlier. It's not like they just gonna dish out 100 billion right then and there. It'll be an overtime type of thing, and it has to be just like that. Just like when they do like how they doing the rate hikes to bring inflation down. They can't just do, oh, I'm gonna do 8 points all at once. You got to do it. You got to do it over time.
I mean, Volcker
Yeah.
did that. Volcker did that. He
Yeah,
brought-
but it didn't work. You talking about back in the 70s, bro, Chris?
Yeah.
It didn't work. It did not work.
He had to raise the rate hikes over what the CPI was.
Yeah,
Which
I think
was
that
crazy.
thing almost got to 20%.
Which country was that?
No, that was
This
him.
is the U.S. back in the 70s.
Oh, okay.
But it was energy based. It's a lot went on back then, guys. Think about this.
Mhm.
So all that was about energy, but people kept buying gas and stuff, and oil kept skyrocketing. So he kept raising the rates, and people kept buying it. Almost similar to where we at now. But also,
Right.
what happened back then, we got off the gold standard, and that's when we jumped on this fiat system to where we just said, no, it ain't gonna be about how much gold we got. Nixon said, we good.
Yeah,
That's
they
where the
couldn't
whole-
manage it. They couldn't manage it. They had to
Yeah.
pull out the cheat code.
Exactly. So he had to flip had to switch over to another system. And
I think
that's
the
where I
issue
think
was-
we at.
at one point in time, we kind of got close enough to hop back on the system if we want. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't. They didn't take
Exactly,
the
but they
opportunity.
did. You're exactly right, bro, Marquis. That's you hit it on the head, bro. They had an opportunity to go back on the goal-based system, and they kept going with this and that was the whole question. Okay, we never seen quantitative tightening, and we seeing it now, and I think stuff is breaking.
Yep. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, and just plus, I think the fact that we have these issues with this war in Ukraine, and you know that being highly tied to commodity issues.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's certain external things that are here that wasn't there in certain other periods when we done a certain solution. So you also have to kind of take that into account. If that same solution would fix the problem, you know what I'm saying?
No, the only thing that fixes this is, I mean, the monetary policy is good, but behavior has to change. Because even back in the 70s, I mean, we was coming out of the Vietnam War. And that was a major reason. You know, you can't fund a war and then be buying all this energy and be expecting all this growth to happen. So, and regardless of no, we don't have no bodies on the ground in Ukraine, but we putting cash on the ground. So, I mean, they really kind of like, well, I don't even mean to say Ukraine, but in the big view, but
yeah, that's even inflationary. You know, I'm sending money up there.
Exactly.
So, but Price, you did say earlier though, you know, we stagflation as well.
And that's where I think we at. Hey, price is gonna remain high, and demand is gonna remain the same. I don't care if, you know, and I'm really thinking the Fed is to the point. Well, we've never been here before. We see the impacts already that, you know, interest rates supposed to curb this. Raising the rates supposed to make things slow down, but people don't care. They still spend it.
Yep.
So behavior is always going to be the thing. Hey, man, stop driving. Stop eating. Eat 2 times a day. I don't know. I'm just saying.
That's
yeah, I mean,
Jim,
you know, you're gonna see
Richards
some
was talking
defaults
about.
soon. You're gonna see it kind of come, especially the housing market been propped up. You know, so.
Well, I am seeing more homeless. I definitely am seeing more homeless people. Well, more than I ever noticed. I'm gonna say it like that. I'm more sensitive to what I see now.
Hey, you know what's crazy is I'm starting to see more women out here that's homeless too.
Exactly.
It's a lot of homeless, but I'm
point.
starting to see more women too.
Good point, because I just read an article today that they stopping the Section 8. They stopping stop accepting applications. I just seen that the other day on the news. I was like, damn, that's crazy. A lot of them women
in a certain state, or are you saying
huh?
Nationwide or a certain state?
I don't know if it was a certain state, but when I seen the video, they was just saying like in general, but I could have missed, you know, what they said before. You know what I mean?
I done seen it in the area
I think
where
it's different state by state.
It could be, but I also read an article on CNBC too saying that more Black women are becoming unemployed more than Hispanic men and women. I gotta find that article. Real talk.
That's very real. You know.
I mean, there's a lot of job cuts right now going on. A lot of job cuts.
Well, that's why I said earlier, if you working for a public company, I mean, you're gonna be in some trouble. I say if you work private, you have a better chance of keeping your job. If you work for a public company that's publicly traded,
hey man,
Y'all think the numbers gonna increase?
You better look at that debt sheet before you go to that job interview.
I was about to say, I was gonna say, you guys think the numbers are gonna increase as far as job cuts? Because I've been seeing 12, 8, 6% of people, like major companies, cutting their employees.
I think Amazon is gonna be a big one because Amazon, like, they overhire like severely.
Yeah,
like they
Amazon's only doing seasonal right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Hey,
mean, go
Brother
ahead.
Brandon, I
Yes.
want you to think about this, man. Not this past December, but this was December 2021. The Fed minutes that Dude said they projected unemployment at 4 point some% this year.
Mm.
Well, no, they amended that and said from 4 point something to 5 point something.
That's
And
fine.
Have
that's
they
what they
increased
wanted
it?
for this year. Yeah, we're not nowhere near that right now. I don't know what it is, and that's kind of problematic for this matrix that they're using to say, hey, how we doing? But in reality, we may be at about 5 or 6% when you look
Yeah,
at how
because they cook the numbers.
exactly.
You better, you better grab Chat GBT and tell them to make some code for you, make some websites.
You're speaking to. I need a.
Ask it how to get some, security.
You yelling to your phone how to make a Dropify store.
All right. Now, speaking of that, did y'all track that deal Microsoft laid out with them?
Yeah, they got a whole AI system now, man.
But
That can
I'm talking about
record your voice.
I'm talking about
Yeah,
Microsoft gave them $10 billion
Yep,
for like
they did.
75% of the profits until paid back. And
Yep,
then
I just posted that not too long ago, a couple days ago.
once it's paid back, they're gonna have like a 4 or 40%, 45% interest in the company.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yep, so did.
I'm about to go. I'm gonna go to Chat GBT and tell me code me a Chat GBT for myself.
Fucking laptop blows up on you.
Man, be out of there.
That's why I've been, learning programming right now, man, because I ain't trying to be left behind, trying to learn the C++ right now.
Yeah, real talk though. Mo back there talking in the background. But yeah, man, that
Would you? Sorry, go ahead.
Hey, this, you know what? I was just thinking we like Shannon Sharp and Skip Bailey in this month.
But that's cool.
Yeah.
Hey,
well, except for the other day, he said that bull crap the other day. Yeah, he was about to get fired up. Uncle Shannon looked like he was about to throw hands, boy. He wanted to put hands on Skip.
Yeah. That's Chris. He ready to swing.
Yeah, man, you don't try to Hall of Fame like that,
man.
But what y'all think about? Go ahead.
No, I was gonna ask. So y'all been in these? I haven't really touched the options market. How things been going on that end for y'all? If y'all been in it,
it's been cool, man. I ain't really been trading like that either, but just been watching, really watching them yields, man. Them yields and the dollar getting beat out the frame.
Oh, Jermaine been playing them options. He got a nice play on the side right now.
Mm-hmm. Brandon too. Brandon been playing options.
Yeah, I think by the time we get to the second quarter, I'm gonna start doing some options with y'all. Right now, I'm trying to just mass capital.
Yeah,
brother, on a mission. I'm on a mission right now.
Right on, brother.
Got you.
Sonny been playing the option too.
Now I ain't been playing the last week because I've been just doing these small cap stocks. I've been winning more on the small cap stocks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what's up.
So yeah, you probably gonna be busy Thursday and Friday then, son. I'm expecting a lot of volatility tomorrow. Yes.
Yeah, I told you I'm looking for Swivel to do a little something. That one, I mean, I got some shares in Bed Bath and Beyond, but I ain't really looking for it to go too much higher. It already hit up to like I think 420 on the free market. I mean the aftermarket.
Man, you still playing with them, man?
Yeah, man, I go anywhere it's volatile at. If it's volatile and it got a big market cap and it's cheap, I'm with it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you just like doing an in and out type deal.
Yeah, I'm a day trader.
Okay, I got you. I just say no, don't please, man. I think that's like one of them zombie companies, man. They just
Yeah, it's a zombie company. You said that
No,
right.
the only thing I have long term right now is Tesla.
Tesla.
And no, I got Tesla and Mullen. So like my Tesla is on my IRA account, and my Mullen is where I have what I consider long term. Might not be long to y'all, but for a year, by the end of this year, I'm planning on reaching my goal of 10,000 shares of Mullen, and then seeing where it go from there. And I just cash out the end.
The penny stock?
Yeah, Mullen is it's an electrical vehicle company.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you was telling me about that. That company.
Oh yeah, I already know the ins and outs of it. Yeah, I can tell you a whole lot about it.
Man.
Hey, your boy growing here, man. You know he got a giga plant here in Austin, and he expanding the plant already.
Yep.
So I think he's gonna be all US based before long, within 5 years.
Who? Elon?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. He got a few government contracts. You already see what they talking about with OpenAI right now. How how they making billions off of this Chat GPT, and you already know who controls that. So this is why when everybody was talking about he going broke and this and that, it's like, come on, man, you using it the same instruments to tell people he broke that he get paid off of.
No, bro ain't broke.
They might try to rope Elon off, man. Oh no.
Nah, but they may try to execute him.
The crazy part about it is like
I think they want him.
When you was talking about the secure, I think it was Mo that was talking about it, or Jermaine was talking about the securities. Remember we was talking about that earlier?
Yeah, the reverse repo and the security.
Yeah. Oh, the repo, yes.
Yeah, because when I had brought up the example about using your securities for loans to the bank, that's basically what he did with his shares. So the shares that people was like, oh, he's selling off, he actually did it as a loan, as a buyback.
You already know my Tesla number, and if it hit the low end of my number, I'm gonna grab me a few of those too. But
oh yeah,
he gonna be here.
I mean, me personally, like analysts said, it'll be about 250. I see it hitting 300 by the end of the year.
Oh yeah, this time next year. Yep.
Hey, right quick, did y'all see that? What's that?
I was saying what you saying, but you was already saying something. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, did you guys see that? I don't want to call it a documentary, but that movie on Madoff.
I've been hearing about it. I heard a lot of people talking about it.
Man, that shit is good, bro.
For real?
Man, that man a con artist. He got all these banks with one strategy on an option, talking about 1% loss. And the strategy was a bull call spread. It's a watch.
What's the name of it again?
Bernie Madoff. Hold on, let me check.
What is it on Netflix?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Oh,
he was giving them like 1% a month, right? Return.
No. I think he was. I think it was like 15. He was promising them 15% a month. And the normal. Yeah, no, I think
15% a month.
15% a month, and I think it was. Watch it again. I gotta watch it
for the year.
Bro, I think it was 15% a month because the normal, they was talking about it in the documentary, that the normal is between like 5 and 7.
Yeah. Well, not a month. The normal
not a month.
I'm of the year.
Yeah. My fault. 15 a year.
Well, still 15 a year. Come on now.
The reason why he was so attractive is because people who had that much money, like they can like them getting 1% a month was great for how much money they had.
Hmm.
You know, it's hard for them to get that type of return with that much money. You
Right.
know,
No, it's a
Dang.
definite like watch it. If you guys can watch it, that's crazy. I
Hey,
didn't know
that's
both
that.
of these. No, go ahead,
No, I was just saying that's that money master the game right there. That's
bro. That's what that is. And then what's the other one? I'm still
Hey.
watching Billionaire. Billions.
Billion. Man,
Yeah.
that shit good, man. I couldn't wait till the next season, man. Dang. Man, that shit good. Oh, buddy, I ain't gonna say nothing because you still watching it. My bad.
Yeah, please don't spoil it.
What season you on?
I don't know. I left off when an old girl. What's that bald head chick? The white chick. That's awkward. What was her name?
Oh, you talking about damn, what is it? I forgot
You
her
talking
name.
about a girl that end up getting killed? Like,
Bro, don't play like that.
no, I'm just fucking with you. I ain't never even seen it.
That's why I don't play like that, bro.
Damn,
I'm gonna
I
have to
forgot
check
her
them
name,
out.
Brandon. I know who you talking about though. Man, and
Nah.
I'm thinking she gay, but she was getting knocked down by the dude early
Oh, hell
on.
no.
Oh, you ain't got that far yet?
Hell no, I ain't get that far, bro.
Oh man, okay, never mind.
I'm at
Damn.
I think I'm at the beginning where they started doing interviews and she has to put this box together or whatever. And she doesn't touch it for like 15 minutes and they ask why you like touch the box or whatever. And they said it doesn't fit or it doesn't geometrically fit.
Yeah. Damn, Brandon, you haven't even got to the good part yet, man. Hey, listen, Marquise put us on that, bro.
I know, man.
Marquise put us on, man. Marquise still on here?
yeah. What y'all talking about?
Billions.
Oh yeah. That's the that made everything so much funner when everything was moving.
Yeah, man, that's good, bro. Brandon over there. Brandon stalling, man. Stop stalling, Brandon. Watch that, bro.
Man, I'm trying to learn this market so I get a bag right quick, man.
Real talk, though. Real talk. Yeah, real talk. That shit good, though. Them niggas.
No.
They on some scamming stuff. And then they put whatchamacallit on here too. Y'all see margin call?
Yeah, I see that. That's dope.
Yeah, margin call that. That was just seeing how the inner workings of how the company deals with it. If you was an employee there, like that's dope.
Yeah.
Wait, are these like documentaries? Are they like
It's a movie.
Movies
a
based
movie.
on events, yeah, kind of based
Okay,
on they're
okay.
based on like certain companies or events and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You remember what that indicator was that he said in the movie?
Yeah, it was,
What
I think it was like it was a volatility. It was something for like it was expand and I forgot that. Don't let me lie, but I think it was something like a average true range type of situation.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, something like
It
that.
wasn't the Fibonacci expansion.
No. It was something that he had to code and make himself. Or not
Yeah,
code, but like he had to put in some numbers.
volatility, like I think it had to do with
it sounds like he may have been messing with that VIX. That made something for the VIX.
Oh, yeah, I think it was. I think he was tracking the VIX.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it tonight to see.
Yeah, because it's what's the number? If you take the VIX and divide it by 12, that'll give you the percentage of what the market will do. I think it's 12 or maybe 16.
I'll holler at
Oh,
y'all. I'm about to call it a night, man. I'll holler at y'all.
all right,
Hey,
peace.
same here, good brother. I'm about to get out of here too, guys.
All right, peace, y'all.
Yeah, I'm right behind y'all. All right, peace,
Yeah,
everybody.
I'm ready to cut it off.
All
Peace,
right,
y'all.
y'all.
There she
peace.
go. Peace.
All right, peace.